if I was Floyd and he was me,
Yeah.
he would never have to fight again because that exhibition shit,
Yeah.
as me being his little brother, hey, little bro, we finna do 10 rounds and we both gonna get 100+ million for it.
Right.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
Right.
well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Right.
And you ain't never got to box.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme's sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
In the building. Make sure y'all subscribe to Jusdueboxing, the best boxing talk on YouTube.
Jusdueboxing in the building, 4 o'clock shorty, man. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. He's going to be live today at 4 o'clock, man. And he's going to be spewing some good stuff as he always do with an unbiased approach, man. He's probably the most unbiased channel on YouTube.
What's going on? And one of my favorite channels, if y'all into that pugilistic perfection, if y'all into that boxing, that's that boy Jusdueboxing here on YouTube. Make sure y'all check out Jusdueboxing, the only unbiased boxing channel on YouTube, because I am definitely biased when I talk about boxing. So
as always, we got to shout out everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to my brother Jusdu. Y'all make sure y'all go sub to Just, man. Just doing a hell of a job over there. Had a great interview today. The brother, and I say it respectfully, one of the most non-biased individuals that I've ever heard speak on the sport of boxing. And I got a lot of love and respect for my brother Just, man. And right now, we're going to give him his just due. Shout out to my brother Jusdu, man. Much love and respect.
What's good? What's good? Salute to the family. How y'all feeling? We are back again to build on this boxing on this good Tuesday. How we always do, man. What's good with it, man? We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Some things we got to talk. It's a lot of boxing to talk about. We're going to get to all of it, man. We gonna get to all of it. What it do, my guy? All things, man. Cal Cool, Blessings family, Ghetto Fab. What it do? Jew Division, my dog. What's good with it? Dante's Boxing Talk. What's good, family? I'm saying today's Adventures of DuckTales. Classic TV show. Classic cartoon. Cornelius, what's good, homie? How you feeling, man? Shout out to the fam. Hit the like button. Smash the like button. Support the grind. We gonna get to it, man. Sheldon was good with it. Yeah, man. I seen that too. It's a lot going on, man. Usyk is a hell of a fighter. Man. I just think the conversation of all time great heavyweight kind of falls a bit short simply because he's not a heavyweight. I know he's competing at the heavyweight division, and I know that seemed like that gives him a leg up, but I think it's hard to stack him up against guys that competed at the heavyweight division for their entire career, as opposed to, fighting at cruiserweight. Even though he's phenomenal, they're very great. It's nothing to take away from Usyk, but I think it's just simple. Guys that competed at the weight class, at the heavyweight division for their entire careers versus somebody that has, a number of fights that you can count on one or two hands. You get what I'm saying? I just think it's a big difference. But I think the issue is we don't allow errors to be where they are, right? There's no way we could rewind. There's no way we could put Usyk up against any of these other guys. There's no way to figure out who could beat him and who he would beat. Yeah, we got our, our suspicions or our expectations on how we feel like the fights will go if they were to happen, but that's all hypothetical. I think what people are ignoring is in today's time, you can try to call it a weak heavyweight division, a weak era, heavyweights. Do as you may. But for me, I think when you just stacking them up, the guys of today, he's undoubtedly one of the absolute best that boxing has to offer. And I think people, that gets overlooked when people want to be right, when they want to stack him up against guys, the legends. You got people going as far as Jack Johnson. Like, come on, man, what are we doing? What are we doing? Seriously? Like, there's no way to figure that out, find it out. Boxing evolves over time, so there's no real way to, figure out who will win these fights. They will always just be fantasy matchups. But like I said, I think the bigger picture is the fact that he's an undersized guy at heavyweight where people say he wouldn't even compete at, and he's beat, arguably the best guys there. So I think when it's all said and done, you could look at him as one of the best heavyweights of this era if you want to, right? Because he came up from cruiserweight, but definitely just one of the best boxers, man. Whether you want to call him a cruiserweight, heavyweight, he's phenomenal, man. But I think it gets a little distorted when you start trying to stack him up against the greats. And you don't have to do that to prove how great Usyk is. And let me say this, bro. Let me say this, y'all. To prove how great Usyk is, you don't have to put him against fighters of yesteryear that he would have no way where he can compete against them guys. You don't have to do that. Like a news flash. I know, like, we almost taught to, like, because it's competitive sport. And it's like, well, yeah, we'll put him up against this guy, or he wouldn't have lasted in this era. We don't know that shit. All I know is the era that he's in, he competed at the absolute highest level for the majority of his career. There's no way to argue that. There's nobody that should want to argue that. You get me? And that's it. Just let the greats be where they at. If you want to argue about where he stack up amongst them guys, cool. But for me, them dudes cemented their legacies, and he's, in the era that they fought, and he's cementing his in the era that he fought. He's a great, he's a great fighter. He's an all-time great fighter. The hell with the weight class. He's an all-time great fighter because he proved it at cruiser as well as heavyweight. It's just nothing you can say. You get me? Beat Joshua twice. He beat Fury twice. Beat Daniel Dubois twice. That was on his the hottest win streak that a heavyweight could have been on in the division, right? So there's no denying the man's talent and greatness, bro. But in order to, give him his just due, you don't have to stack him up against all these other guys that he couldn't fight. That's the problem. And it, you always gonna have an argument when you do that, because the older guys, that the historians, the old heads, they're in love with they glory division. I mean, they glamour, glamour or glory days or whatever. They're gonna always feel like their era of boxing was better. But at the end of the day, what you have to say about Usyk that is hard to argue, undoubtedly today, right now, amongst these heavyweights and or cruiserweights, he is the best guy. I think you got to pick somebody to beat him. At this point, they got to go find somebody, because that's how dominant he's been. Very consistent. He's 38 years old and don't even look like it. You get what I'm saying? So, we don't need to I think dim his light with these hypothetical matchups. You can tell, you can still speak your mind and who you think would beat him, but you know, it's not really much of a conversation because it can't happen. But I think what people are forgetting is how hard do you think it is to prove that you're the best guy in today's era, in any sport, don't give me that the weak heavyweight division. It's a weak era. Don't give me that. He's an undersized guy kicking ass. The biggest of the big. He beat Tyson Fury up. Had that man on skates, ropes, holding him up, all types of shit. You get what I'm saying? So I get it, y'all. With much respect to every legend that paved the way before him at heavyweight, I'm not even going to have a silly debate whether or not he stacks up against you guys. Y'all cemented y'all legacies and they should be respected. I mean, it's a fun conversation for the people that want to have it, but I see it getting toxic to the point where we starting to dismiss Usyk as a talent because of what you think in your mind of who he can't beat from back in the day. It doesn't matter, bro. He can't fight none of them people. Like I said, so in today's boxing, who do you got beating? And if the answer is nobody, if that list is very short, then that's saying something about Usyk, bro. And keep in mind, he started at cruiserweight. It's not a big-ass cruiserweight, undersized heavyweight. Get what I'm saying? He's doing his thing. He's somewhere where he shouldn't even be, arguably. And he's campaigning and competing at the highest level, beating the best guys there, the most dangerous guys there. It's no way to slight that. There's no way to slight that. And shout out to the legends of yesteryear, man. Of course, they paved the way for Usyk. And you know what I'm saying? For a guy that's not, he's not braggadocious. This is a dude that people are telling you is the best #1 pound for pound fighter. And you know what Usyk can tell you? Terrence Crawford is the guy. So how you get what I'm saying? He not even a dude that's brave, letting the people decide that. Usyk don't even care. You get me? He don't care where you got him ranked at. He know the work that he put in. At the end of the day, like I said, he one of the best talents that boxing has to offer right now. And I think that's saying plenty. That's out of a lot of fighters. You get me? So shout out to Usyk, man. He great. But you know, like I said, the fighters of yesteryear, the same difference, man. They great as well. I wouldn't even think to try to, you know, compare them to them. I'm tired of that. I think that conversation is old. Comparing the old era to the new era. Man, whatever. The old era was great. This new era got, you know, its own level of greatness as well, man. You know what I'm saying? John, what it do, homie? Sheldon, yeah, you don't figure same day weighing, right? And McQueen, what it do? The cream rises to the top in any era. You get me? And there's no doubt that Oleksandr Usyk is part of that cream of the crop. You get what I'm saying? J Bean, what it do? Yeah, you get me? And I ain't even got to argue and say if he better than anybody. I don't know that, but I just know these guys of this era, he better than. And that's saying plenty to me. J Bean, what it do? Legs to track him down. Power to stop him, but can he do it? I don't know. Yeah, boys be crying. What it do? Shout out to my baby girl, the queen. Miss Jusdueboxing in the building. How you feeling? Shout out to the baby girl. Usyk, father time, right? That's what I'm saying. At this point, Big B-Lo, what it do, homie? Shout out to my homie Dante. Usyk is a great in his own right. You get me? Usyk versus Parker Cabiel. Yeah, those are good fights for him. Very good fights. So shout out to Usyk because he went out there and beat Daniel Dubois when he was surging hot. You get what I'm saying? Everybody thought he was going to be able to get back in there and probably get to the body. He wasn't able to do it. He got stopped again. And Usyk is not even a KO guy, man. And he stopped a big, you know, monster's knockout puncher that punched AJ into the sunken place. Let's not forget. This dude was riding high. Beat Jarrell Miller. Beat what's his name? What's buddy name? It's right at the tip of my tongue. What's dude name that he beat to? Beat Jarrell Miller. What's guy name? Dude, he was supposed to be good, but I forget his name, man. He beat him. Samuel was good with it. And then he beat AJ. You know what I mean? So he had a hell of a run. Usyk stopped all of that. So I just don't think it's no debating on how talented, how special he is in this era of boxing. And that's all I care about. I can't keep rewinding it. Hrgovic, appreciate you. Philippe Hrgovic, appreciate you, Reef. I could not think of his name. Philippe Hrgovic, yeah. So you get me? He is special talent, bro. And I think you miss it when you're making the wrong argument about him. You know what I'm saying? Did it look like Dubois quit again? I think he just took his confidence, Shelton. I think he might have had, you know, memories of that first fight, bro. And I don't know. I know people saying it. I don't want to diss him like that. Try to say that he quit. I just think Usyk put it on him. I think Usyk made him make that decision. You get what I'm saying? Nah, Hergovich, nah, you right, Reef. Appreciate you too. So it was a tough fight, man. I mean, the dude that he was fighting through all this other adversity. So to me, just like the better man got him, man. Took the fight up out of him. But people are trashing Daniel Dubois, and you know I'm big on giving people their just due. I have no reason to trash him. I know it didn't go the way people probably envisioned in their head, and maybe he didn't fight through or bite down how people felt like he should have. But he's a warrior in every stretch of the word, man. The fact that he came back from a broken orbital bone, getting stopped, getting knocked out, he really wanted this fight, and he went for it. He landed some really good shots on Usyk, but you just got to do more than land a single shot on Usyk, or you got to land that kill shot. You get me? So that's what I say. Shout out to Technique. What's good with it? Yeah, Usyk is a GOAT for sure. He is, man. Hitman Robert, what it do, homie? But this is what Tyson Fury had to say, as opposed speaking to the people that was trashing Usyk, not Usyk, Daniel Dubois, because you know I'm not big on that. So let's roll and see what the Gypsy King had to say.
Right, guys, quick one. I keep getting asked about this Dubois situation and all this quitting stuff and whatever else. Here's the facts. The facts are, young Daniel did his best against one of the greatest champions that's ever been, and it wasn't good enough. He come up short. He got put down twice. What do you want him to do? Die in the ring? There's no first place for getting battered to fucking still losing. The lad did his best. He wasn't going to win the fight. He's better off getting out of there. There's a lot of jealousy in boxing, especially when an individual's making a lot of money. A lot of jealous fighters slagging someone off who did his best and had the guts to get in there. There is no cowards in boxing. When you're in that ring fighting world heavyweight champions, there is no cowards. So all the credit deserves to Daniel. He worked his bollocks off from being 8-year-old and fucking won the world title and fought fucking Usyk for the undisputed. Video went off and fought Usyk for the undisputed, and now he's sitting at home, multi-millionaire at 27, do what the fuck he wants. Daniel, if you ever get to see this, chin up, son. Your dad's proud of you, everybody's proud of you. You've come from a kid to a man to be the world heavyweight champion and box at Wembley and in front of 100,000 people. You can't beat that kid. And if you ever want to do any training with a fucking real straight man, come yourself to Morecambe anytime you want, kid, because there's no jealousy here and there's no fucking people putting others down who do the best. I call them dream crushers and jealous bastards. Exactly, that's what yous are. I love the dirty, jealous wankers. Get up, Daniel Dubois. Get up, son.
All right, look. Not too many times, y'all know how I feel. Sunchild, what it do, homie? Not too many times you're gonna ever hear me agree with Tyson Fury, but I'm with him. All that toxic boxing shit is weak. I'm gonna keep preaching it till I ain't got no more voice left in me. You know what I mean? It's gonna take a lot for that. Y'all already know I fight through this raspy voice and all, but all this trash in the fighters. Look, if you want to feel like he quit, I ain't tripping. You know, Sheldon did ask the question, right? It is out there. Some people felt like he may have given it up, but look, I just think he was mentally defeated, and we all know boxing is mostly mental. Am I right? They always tell you that all fighters, damn near, it's unanimous across boxing. You've never heard nobody say it's more physical than mental, right? So I feel like, you know, that first fight, he got that edge over him. I don't care what he think. Like, as far as the body shot, the you know, the end result reads a knockout loss for Daniel Dubois, right? So I think that was in the back of his mind. I think he was mentally beaten too. You know what I mean? Usyk was putting some shit on him, sharp, accurate, well-timed shots. He's putting hands on his ass. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with Fury, man. Ain't nothing good about getting battered in a fight that you're losing convincingly anyway. You competing, but you know, you get beat up, you get the fight beat up out of you. Some days you just might not have it. I ain't advocating for quitting or nothing like that, so don't misunderstand what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, I think when you mentally beat, you beat. You know what I mean? The physical just don't matter as much. Get what I'm saying? When it's in your mind that it's over, it's over. And that's what I looked at when I seen Daniel Dubois get knocked down that second time. He looked mentally beaten. Like, he just felt like, here we go again. You get what I'm saying? And he's human. So I think some of those old demons resurfaced during the fight in live time. And the end result was him another knockout loss suffered by the hands of Oleksandr Usyk. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Yeah, Fury finally said something deep for the win, my homie. What's good, Brody? How you feeling? Blue Hustle, man. What's good with it? Yeah, Fury said something, and I agree with that, man. Ain't no trashing. He ain't no damn coward. I ain't hearing none of this. What is he, 27 years old, up multi-millionaire? He good, man. He achieved. You know what I'm saying? Do I want to see him bounce back? Hell yeah, because look, check this out. Dig this. Bounce back once before from a KO loss. You can bounce back again. It's all up to him. He's 27. Keep in mind, this dude is 27 years old. He's done been in there with some folks. He done had about 2 careers. Daniel Dubois done been counted out, came back, and he about to be counted out again. You get me? So this is the fun part about boxing, because you get to see who really a fan of this shit, who really a fan of the sport. Hey, man, how many people gonna get their ass beat, stopped by a guy, even though, you know, yeah, he felt like he got cheated with the body shot, but he wanted that fight again. He wanted it bad. He was confident. He was hungry. He was motivated. You get what I'm saying? He was committed to everything that this rematch entailed, and he just wasn't the better man. Usyk is just another level. That's what this fight shows me. You know, Daniel Dubois is young, spirited, hungry, strong, dangerous heavyweight, but he can be outboxed. He can be beat to the punch. He can be outsmarted. And, you know, you can get to him physically. You can get to him, and I think you can get to him mentally. And I think Usyk did a combination of the two. I think the 2 knockdowns was a lot, you know, and the writing was on the wall. I think only from there it would have continued to get worse. I think he would have just got hands put all over him. It's a fly in here. Y'all hate flies, bro. I really do. But we're going to get through this shit. It's shouting 71, so that's crazy. You get me? So that's what people are missing, man. Hey, and didn't he give us a fight that people didn't we say we wanted to see a rematch because of what happened in the first one? We was talking about justice for Usyk. Listen, we can't rewind, and we can't make the referee rule out a knockdown or none of that. We can't do that. But Usyk, like a real one, gave him his lick back. And the older version of Usyk with a few more fights, some more miles on the tires, and you get what I'm saying? So he still fought him. So nah, I respect both of them, man. Hey, man, the better man won. It shouldn't have been much of a surprise or shock that Usyk was able to pull this off. It wasn't to me. You know, credit to Daniel Dubois, but this is the fun part, man. We get to see if this kid can bounce back still, because he is still in his 20s. And you know they say heavyweights age differently. So, you know what I'm saying? He could find another way. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he could, you know, boot up for another comeback story. Maybe he got another one in him. Maybe he got another comeback story in him. And I'm here for it, y'all. I'm here for it. So big shout out to Daniel Dubois. And like Tyson Fury said, and I don't agree with much of the things he said, but yeah, chin up, dude. Hell yeah, you chin up, because you ain't got no reason to hang your head, bro. Nobody out there beating Usyk. Ain't nobody beating on his door trying to fight him. Look at how Tyson Fury dragged the shit out. You hear me? So, and you lost to him, and you felt like you got cheated, and you still went back in there and faced that beast. So at the end of the day, I got much respect for you know, Daniel Dubois. Win, lose, or draw, I'll watch him. I'll support him any day of the week. Look, sometimes you just lose to the better man, and God's got your number. And I think after going 0-2 with 2 knockout losses to Usyk, I think the writing is on the wall. I don't think nobody need a third fight, right? You know what I mean? Credit to Usyk. Let's listen. I'm just waiting to see what he gonna do next. Like everything else right now at this point for Usyk, after becoming undisputed again, it's just like icing on the cake for him. It's just how long he wants to stick around. And I'm with Shelton. I'm with Shelton 1,000,000%. He said, man, he know what's going to beat him, Father Time. And I think he's right. At this point, with the combination of skills and underrated power, boxing ability still light on his feet. He don't look like he's slowing down. It ain't like he look all, you know, super young, but he's able to maintain a certain level and operate at that level regardless of the situation. And that makes him a very dangerous fighter, because at the level he's operating at, there's not a lot of guys I got beating him. You're going to have to knock Usyk out. That chess match, good luck with that shit. You get what I'm saying? You want to play chess with that guy? Good luck. You know what I'm saying? Best of luck to you. It's not going to be easy. Shit going to be difficult, man. Shout out to my homie Big Dog Willie, man, for the 5-piece set. Haney calls at it again. Now Shakur is Dr. Devin. They're going to make me roll the tape, Big Dog. Shakur fought Devin has to fight Brian Norman Jr. Just do. Can you explain this equation? I got you, big dog. Shout out to the homie, Big Dog Willie, man. Shout out to Big Dog Willie. Yeah, I think anybody pushing that is just being weird. Yeah, Shakur ain't got nothing to do with it. You already seen the beautiful beam footage, man. If it got too hot, they was already ready. They was already willing to go to 40, brother. Like, you know, so that kills that, big dog. Shakur is just, you know, doing what he been doing, you know, showing up, putting belt to ass, kicking ass, taking names, standing on business, getting hated on, still persevering, like, you know. So yeah, Shakur ain't got nothing to do with this situation. In fact, if they really wanted to fight Shakur, then they don't vacate the titles at 35. They allow the sanctioning bodies to make a ruling on the purse split, and then they go out there and they fight Shakur at 35 and get cooked for doing it because it would have been a stupid idea. In my opinion, respectfully, shout out to Dev Haney. Some of your fans are a little crazy. They be tripping. You know what I'm saying? Sit back and enjoy y'all fight. Y'all got a dangerous guy on the hook, and we're going to talk about all that too today. We're going to get it to all of it. Shout out to Big Dog. Appreciate you, homie. Sonny, what it do, homie? How you feeling, man? Good to see you in the building. A1 Hoop Zone, my brother. What's good with Cash Sports, the box story? How you feeling? And dog, what it do, homie? Osborne, man, just hit me. Rip the Ozzy Osbourne. RIP to Ozzy Osbourne, man. Usyk has great IQ in footwork. Yeah, Usyk is great, man. Next gen, what it do? So let's keep building, man. Let's keep building. Let's keep building. So, shout out to both of them heavyweights, man. They went out there and did their thing. Another fight I wanted to talk about, and this before we even get to the topics at hand. I got to get through this because I didn't get to build with y'all on these fights. We got to see a rematch, a run back. We got to see somebody try to get it back in blood. We got to see Tszyu, the great Tszyu, what they call him, the Soul Snatcher. Yeah, we got to see him run back a rematch with Sebastian Fundora. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I think people was looking forward to it. Tszyu done had some, you know, some rough fights on his way back to this rematch. It wasn't like, oh, they fought, this happened, and they ran it back immediately. Nah, dudes had fights in between. He kept on fighting and took another knockout loss since then and everything. So we got to see it. It was good as long as it lasted. But, you know, Sebastian Fundora is clearly a guy that's learning to use his height and reach. Get what I'm saying? His distance and things like that. He's being patient, working behind that stick. He's making himself a tougher target to hit consistently, especially early. Tszyu has some issues. Of course, who wouldn't get past that damn praying mantis, a.k.a. Slender Man? He had his work cut out for him. And, you know, I believe the fight ended in about 5, but he got some good licks in there before it was ended. But Tszyu, man, respect to him and everything you got going on. But I told people, I said this, and I hate to be right about stuff like this. These are the fights. Nah, where are the Turkey Island Sheiks? Respect to him, man. But where the Turkey Island Sheiks at? Where the people at talking about no running? Where the people at talking Tom and Jerry? Where y'all at? Is y'all visiting Tszyu? Did y'all see the message he put out? Did y'all see the message he put out, bro? They out here talking about Tom and Jerry in a sport where guys is risking a life. You don't apply cartoon logic to real life, to a combat sport. I don't give a damn how slick, how funny, troll. I don't know what you're trying to be. But the sport of boxing is doing just fine. Bad fights are a part of it. Sometimes you're going to get two guys that just don't mesh well. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes you're going to get two guys that's going to play it relatively safe. But more times than not, you're going to get guys going all out. And every single time, guys' life is going to be on the line when they out there in that square circle or inside that square circle. So I don't want to hear Tom and Jerry. I don't want to hear no running rules because Tszyu never ran. He never ran. He never ran, y'all. Tszyu never ran. And guess what? I'm going to kill this fly, man. Guess what? Tszyu never ran. And guess what? Check his message out because Tszyu looking and sounding like a much different man today. Check it out. Y'all hit that like button. Smash the like button. Turn the notifications on. Support the grind. We're going to build. We're going to get to all of it. So remember, no running. This is for y'all that's no running. This is for y'all. No Time and Jerry. He going to get in the ring and run. We don't want to see that. This is all y'all that shit on Shakur Stevenson for having the best defense in boxing. This is for y'all. This is for you, Tom and Jerry. This is for y'all stand there and fight. This is for y'all that don't want to see lateral movement. This message is for y'all. Check Tszyu out.
I was just thinking about when I first started the sport. What I said was I wanted to get to the very, very top. And I didn't mind crashing or burning on the way up. Sitting here now,
crash and burn.
We did crash and burn, but we still move forward. Some things go your way, some things don't. What happened last weekend, it didn't go my way, but we still move forward. Sometimes it's who you become in the pursuit of greatness rather than the result itself. And sitting here now, I'm proud to say that I've become a different person on my pursuit of greatness. And to anyone watching, no matter what you do, always find the goal of becoming someone different, of becoming motivated. And it's never going to be easy. It's never going to be easy, but it will all pay off. Appreciate everyone's support. Sorry I couldn't get the victory. He was just a better man, and I'll have to accept that, even though it's hard. But I gave him my all, and yeah, we move on. The goal doesn't change, and yeah, hope you're all well.
And look, shout out to Tszyu. This ain't no slight, no shade, no knock on him and nothing he got going on. We appreciated the entertaining style, the fan-friendly, to come forward, get in your chest and let them hands go. We appreciated that. But now here he is today talking about how he didn't want to crash and burn. And this conversation came up when we used to talk about Shawn Porter while he was still competing actively. That style, you know, although it's rough, it's rugged, it's dangerous. You coming in there to fight, it's fan friendly and all of that. But it's a crash and burn kind of style. And why I said this is because I've always asked myself about Tszyu. Would he be able to get to that level that it appeared he was trending towards when he beat the likes of Tony Harrison? He was kicking ass, man. He did Harrison bad. You get me? Tszyu was really making a name for himself, putting them wins together, man, showing up and showing out. And I always ask myself, could he get to that level that some people are already putting him at? And could he find a balance in between being an entertaining guy versus being defensively responsible? And I'm not saying he's some mindless brute or something like that, like he had no defensive awareness, but that just wasn't part of his game. It never was something that you could look at and say that was a strong part, one of his attributes, or something that he could lean on when it get rough. That never was the case. They leaned way too heavily on the fact that he was a dog. He was tough. This dog that y'all be saying y'all want to see. This is the kind of fighters y'all want to see, right? And then you sitting there. How old is Tszyu? I got to pull this up. Then you sitting there with multiple raccoons. Where my bro Scales at? With a proper raccoon talking about how you crashed and burned. I'm not knocking him, but y'all see what that shit get you. Yeah, it's cool when you winning. Yeah, it's cool when you get knocked down by a non-puncher and you able to get up off the canvas and fight back and shit like that. That's cool. But when these guys is hitting just as hard as you or harder, you get what I'm saying? Then what? You get what I'm saying? Then what? And that's what Tszyu now is having to answer questions. You get what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he's having to answer questions right now. Do he continue to do this shit? You get what I'm saying? Do he continue to do? He 30 years old. 30 years old talking about crashing and burning. Miss me with the Tom and Jerry, the no running. Miss me with the don't use your defense. Complaining about lateral movement. I don't want to hear none of that shit. Shakur Stevenson is my guy, right? Y'all know that. It's no secret. He's 28 years old. That's 2 years. He's 2 years away from that. Imagine him 2 years from now talking about how he crashed and burned. But they trying to trick him out of spot. Nah, Shakur, don't go out there and continue to be the best defensive fighter one of the best defensive fighters that boxing ever seen. Don't go out there and do that. Yeah, Shakur, because that's not entertaining. Don't stick to what got you to this point. Don't do the shit that got you a silver medal in the Olympics and close to getting a gold medal. Don't do that shit. Don't do the shit that got you a 21-1 plus-minus ratio. Don't do none of that shit. Don't do that. Nah, go out there and do what Tszyu just did. Go out there, yeah. Go out there, you know, just leave it all in the line. Leave it all in the line. Go balls to the wall. Go out there, kick his ass. Don't use no lateral movement. Don't use your defense. Definitely don't jump straight back. We don't want to see that shit. That Tom and Jerry shit. We don't want to see none of that. What? The sweet science? Even though this shit is called boxing, the sweet science? Hey, we don't want to see that shit. Nah, we want to see knockouts. We want to see excitement. We want to see entertainment. We want to see guys on the front foot. And you want to see guys at 30 years old like Tszyu, black and blues, looking crazy in the face, talking about how he crashed and burned to his on the way up, trying to give heartfelt messages, but you can't really get the meaning because you know he's dealing with the fact that he just got his ass whooped and shit is going to be drastically different for him from this point forward. It's not about to get easier. It's not about to get easier. So miss me with that shit, man. Although I appreciated Tszyu's style, it was always entertaining, but it was always risky. It always came with a downside. And the downside is not finding that balance between entertaining and being defensively responsible and always going at it. You ain't gonna mow everybody down. And by the time he started making that switch, it was too late. You seen it. You seen it in the fights. You seen him get knocked down a couple times early in his career by some non-punchers, get up off the deck, win the fights. You seen him do that. But you also seen when he ran into somebody that's cracking and doing what he doing, how that shit turned out for him. We also seen him fight with a hole in his head, and I don't give a damn who you are, how tough you think you are. That shit takes something out of you. That Fundora first fight took fights off his career. Now he's sitting there talking about crashing and burning at 30 years old. I need people to understand this shit. Shakur is 28. That's 2 years away from that shit. Imagine him 2 years from now talking about, you know, how he crashed and burned on the way up, sounding like it might be over. And this was with all due respect to Tszyu and him as a competitor. But that shit, gotta find a balance, bro. You can't just go out there, I'm just mow this dude down. Gotta be entertaining. You know, I got the fans. Hey, Tszyu, I guarantee you not one of them fans is gonna be where you at. They ain't in the hospital with you. They ain't putting them ice on your black and blue. They ain't holding no stake to them raccoons that Tszyu that Fundora just gave you with that 80-inch reach. They not there. So I'm not saying don't go out there and entertain, but be smart about it. It can't be all gas and no brakes. Because once you crash and burn, that's it. You don't get no do-overs. This ain't a video game. You don't get to start the next round and your energy bar on full. Shit was drastically different from that man once he fought with that hole in his head, and they allowed him to do so. Then they put him right back in there with a puncher, get him packed out, knocked out. He looking shell-shocked. He don't know what the hell going on. You got a gimme with the Spencer thing, and then you threw him back in there with Tszyu. I mean, with Fundora, and he got hands put all over him. And sitting up there right now sounding like it might be over. You got people talking about Tszyu need to get his CDL, bro. You get me? That's how bad it got. So his ass was being kicked. And I got this energy for people that just won't let fighters do what they do. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm advocating for. Not, you know, running or not being entertaining, not forgetting about the fans, but don't forget what got you here. And if doing you is what got you this far, then keep doing you. And Tszyu, unfortunately for him, doing him did get him this far. But the moment where I think he tried to change is after the fight, the first fight with Fundora. He tried to fight with a little more sense of calm and be a little more, cerebral, should I say, with his approach. But that's not who he is. You get what I'm saying? He got a style that's very in your face. He coming to get you, right? They call his ass the soul snatcher. And it's all cool getting called the soul snatcher until you get your soul snatched. And I think that's what happened. I think he went through some shit in that first Fundora fight. I think he got his soul snatched against, what was that, Mortazaliad, Bakram, dating filthy. You get me? And I think, again, this trip, I think Fundora beat the fight out of him. Mentally, physically, his spirit was broken too. It was like another Daniel Dubois. We seen the rematches, and they both ended bad for the guy. Both of them. Neither guy finished the fight. And did they both end in the same round? Shit, hold on. When did this fight end? Get this ad off here. Get it the hell off. Hold on, man. Nah, this was the 7th round. Okay, he made it to the 7th round. I think Daniel Dubois was the 5th. But they both got their asses. They both got their asses handed to them. And that's all I'm saying, man. Just be smart about it, bro. That's all. You get what I'm saying? Just be smart about it. That crash and burn style ain't it. So when you proven to be one of the best defensive fighters in the world, just keep doing it. When you seeing guys get tricked up out of their position and going out there being concussed, you get what I'm saying? When you see the Galal, your fives out there fighting Mexican style, getting tricked out of his spot, even though his dude was juiced to the gills, you continue to be smart, man. This is a prime example of why you fight your fight. And even though Tszyu was fighting his fight, see what I'm saying? You see where this shit got him. You get what I'm saying? Be smart, man. I'm always going to go with the smarter fighter. I'm going to see Fundora versus Shiraz at 160. That'd be a good fight. It would. Fundora could. He's a guy that to me can go right up if he need to. Randall, what it do, homie? Better off at welterweight. Actually seemed too small. 54. What you think? What you talking about, Tszyu? I don't think he can make welterweight. Fundora and Shiraz clash of titans. I'm telling you, I despise Fury. Love what he said. KO was good with it, bro. I feel the same way. Talib was good, homie. That's what I said. Very rarely am I going to agree with Fury, but he was speaking some good shit there. And that's it. That again, it's a lot to talk about. Look how people go give you the fights that they want. You trash the fighter after he lose. Daniel Dubois getting dragged, eat so much that Tyson the Gypsy King Fury had to come to his aid, bro. You get me? You know it's bad. Tszyu, they out here talking about Tszyu need to get his TDL. Tszyu, 30 years old. Daniel Dubois is 27. You get me? Come on, man. Come on, man. They giving you the fights, and they giving you the style of fight that people said they want. All action. All entertainment. Hell with that defense. No lateral movement. Don't get your head off the line while you at it. And while you at it, block punches with your face. Because the fans want to see, they want to see action. Go ahead and go out there and block a couple heavyweight Usyk shots with your face, Daniel, while you in there. Show the fans how much dog you got in you. You get me? Show the fans how much dog you got. Can't believe it, man. So again, get that no running shit up out of here. Get that Tom and Jerry talk up out of here. Boxing is doing just fine. We don't need to implement foolish rules that will handicap how guys fight. When we seen guys going out there willingly, the Daniel Dubois of the world, the Tszyu of the world, they getting cooked on exactly what people want to see them do, right? Fight, leave it all in there. You know, all entertainment. They want to see blood and guts. Yeah, there you go. Blood and guts got Tszyu over there at 30, looking shell shocked, sounding like it could be over any minute now, any day now. Tszyu sitting in front of the camera, sounding like that might have been his last one. Telling you, bro. Josh Taylor, he done retired. You know what I'm saying? Like these dudes, they primes don't last long, and you definitely don't last long when you're not defensively responsible. When you're going in there, oh, I just want to entertain the fans. Let's see how much these same fans are the ones that's telling you to get a CDL right now because you just went and got stopped by Sebastian Fundora. You see that? You gotta pick your battles wisely, man. Fight for you, your health, your family, your people, man. You make it back home. You get what I'm saying? So again, I don't know where Tszyu go from here, but 154 only gonna get tougher. He ain't about to change the way he fight. And this is a crazy part. I think part of him mentally wants to be more cautious, and that's just not who he is. So now you got to deal with a potential changed version of who he used to be. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to see all our fighters at 30 years old talking about it's time. You get what I'm saying? Talking about, you know, I crashed and burned on the way there. Nah, I want to see great boxing matches, and all of them ain't going to be a brawl. All of them ain't going to be the knockdown, drag them out kind of fights. You're going to see the sweet signs. Let's start appreciating the sweet signs. You get what I'm saying? And this is exactly why. You get me? You say you would have known Tszyu was dumb. Background changed that man gender. You stupid. Hannibal was good with it, fan. Man, I'm telling you. He said brief intermission and push Fundora and Shiraz at 160. Yeah, I'm telling you, at this point, because I don't know who's going to get Fundora to run for his money, man. That dude is an awkward, tall, long guy, man. J Bean, I'm telling you, he got his soul snatched too. Mayo, what's going on, bro? How you feeling? Tszyu don't know any better, any other way to fight. That's what I'm saying. There's always going to be a bad matchup, always. Fundora, almost a bad matchup for everybody. Let's talk fashion. What it do, Remo? How you feeling? Stressed out boxing was good. Killer Man was good. Train with B&B. Calls his team trash. I see why Costa didn't want him to box. Yeah, I mean, look, Blunt Sports, my dog, was good with it, homie. Look, I appreciated Tszyu. He's a warrior every sense of the word, and I ain't trashing him, but I'm just saying, you know, you got to find that balance as a fighter, and I think that's what always held him back. You know, him wanting to be entertaining, him understanding that he do have power and he can get these guys out of here. This is their hurt business. They don't get paid for overtime. It's a lot of different variables that play into why a guy might go out there and try to, you know, just be this all-out entertaining, all-action guy, but it's just not realistic. And again, you might be able to get away with it, but I don't think it's no longevity in that. And again, at 30 years old, I keep hinting to that because that shit, that's not old for a boxer, not 30. You know what I mean? And he think about the fights that he's had. Think about the knockdowns and the hole in his head, or the blood he lost, getting sparked by Bakram, then getting back in there, you know, the training camps as well. Then get back in there with Fundora, getting beat that way. It's mental, physical. He looked like he was beat mentally and physically. Like he just knew, I can't beat this dude. You get what I'm saying? Like, and his team bet on him just being a tough guy. That's the problem. This man had a damn hole in his head. Instead of them saying, you know what, we ain't gonna be able to stop that blood, man. We gonna let it fight another day and run this back. Nah, we gonna let him fight with the hole in his head. That's what they did. Because they wanted to prove, he's tough. He a dog. Come on, man. Let your dog get bit one too many times, bro. You let your dog get bit one too many times, and now he's sitting there, like I said, contemplating the rest of his career. It's looking like he could just be like any minute. I'm just waiting at it. The way that post, the feel of it and the sound. I'm just waiting for the farewell post. I'm just waiting for the Josh Taylor. Shout out to Josh Taylor. He just retired. I'm waiting for one of them. At this point, I'm just waiting for somebody to say, yo, I just seen Tim do. He just retired. Like at this point, because that's what it sounds like. Sound like he ready to go. Sound like Fundora might have made his mind up for him. Like, man, he's sitting there sounding like, man, I don't know. Should I be doing this? Like, yeah, I mean, you know, my style, but I ain't want to crash and burn. But, you know, I wanted to entertain the people, but I did crash and burn. But I always came back. It's going to be tough to come back from this one, Tim. It's going to be tough to come back from this. That's all I'm saying. I rock with him, like watching him fight. Entertaining dude. Fundora is already a cheat code. So if you battling any demons potentially going into a fight like that, you already up shit's creek. You know what I'm saying? Jesus Ramos. I mean, they ain't discussing that fight yet, man. So I think Ramos might be a ways away from that. A little ways away. Boxing Dad, what it do? Picasso, he said he fight like a kangaroo. Stop sparring with kangaroos and get his skills up. You stupid. Need to be able to adjust. Tim is stuck in one gear. Yeah, you know, and it's unfortunately it's forward. Like it's he and drive Hannibal, and when he run into something, it's usually a brick wall. Peace to the Queen, Lisa. How you feeling today? And much love. Big shout out to the Queen. Always supporting the grind in a huge way. Much
and
love.
We ain't never got a box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Shout out to the Queen, Lisa. How you feeling today? The first fight. Tim was pushing Fundora back. Yeah, he was. He got some really good work in there. But I think the writing was on the wall once he had the hole in his head. I think they were supposed to save him from himself. And I felt like, man, this fly is pissing me off. I left the door open and something is flying here and he blowing me. But all right, let's get back to it. But yeah, he landed some really good shots in that fight. He had a lot of success, but at what cost? That's what I always question with all that blood that he was losing. I'm like, it was just like a vein or something. It was going to continue to bleed. It was no way to stop it. And I just think he took way too much punishment. And that was the beginning of a turning point for him, in my opinion. I think that was a really big turning point because he took a lot of unnecessary punishment as well as, just blood loss unnecessarily. Then how did they follow that up? They threw him right back in there with a puncher and he got sparked. He looked like he didn't know what the hell hit him. Like Bakram hit him with a bat. That's how he was looking like, bro. Like Tszyu was looking like he got jumped when he got stopped by Mortez Aliyev. He looked like he got jumped, man. Seriously. dude look like, what the hell? Hey, man, why y'all let him jump me? Like, they had that kind of look. So I thought that was just mismanagement, letting them fight all them rounds, bleeding that way, throwing them right back in there with a puncher. Now, I get it. You work your way back to the rematch, but now you're a lesser version of what you was for sure the first time you got back in there. So it just was always going to be a tough fight. You get what I'm saying? Fundora is a trick bag, man, a cheat code, and you gotta cross your T's and dot your I's, and you gotta hurt that dude. You gotta knock his ass out. You gotta hurt him. Gotta hurt that damn stick bug. I'm telling you, man. His big, tall, slender man. Like, you gotta beat his ass, bro. You gotta really put hands on him or land that kill shot like Mendoza did. I'm telling you, because as long as he upright, the man is learning how to box, and he more patient with his approach. He's staying behind the stick, and it's clear that he learning. It's clear that he's trying to get better and utilize his natural physical gifts, that height and that reach. And he only gonna be a puzzle for people to solve. Now, of course, he ain't unbeatable, but he's gonna be a hell of a like challenge for anybody moving forward. He is to make background boogeyman in the division. I'm telling you, that ass whooping Randall would do. Yeah, murder Bakram. Yeah, man. Don't nobody say Bakram name. Lubin been calling for that smoke a little bit. Lubin been talking about that smoke a little bit. I've been seeing him tweet and speak about it. So look, I want to see any of these fights, man. But that dude is dangerous. He can fight his ass off, man, and he punching and he letting them things fly. So he gonna make an entertaining fight. It's like it's either you or me kind of style too, Bakram. You get what I'm saying? You already know what he on. Like, it's either you or me. That's how he coming. Ain't no other way for him. Either you or me. You don't get me, I'm gonna get you. So you fight him. You choose your decisions wisely. What a queen now. I seen somebody slip in. Where she go? There she go. Peace to the queen, Shay. How are you feeling today? Always good to see you in the building. Doors learn how to use that reach and his height. Yes, he is. You see it too, huh? And he getting dangerous doing it. Lubin has a style to beat him. Don't tell him nothing, Shay, where they don't get it. They don't even know. Know what I mean? Count Lubin out. Lubin, I'm telling you, catch him in between some shots. You got to get Bakram. You got to get him, punch on his ass too. But there's holes in his game too, because he an offensive guy. And those offensive guys, when they get touched up, things get interesting. So we'll see, man. But yeah, Fundora lives to fight another day. Tszyu, he looked like he had enough. Sitting up there looking like he had enough. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. As long as he at 154, he's in the mix. As long as you got guys that we're speaking of, tweeting them and talking about fighting them, he's definitely a factor. The only people saying Lubin is a non-factor is somebody that don't like him or hating for no reason. The non-boxing fans. Is that you? Non-boxing fan, is that you? Champion, is that you? Because I noticed you came here, everything you're saying is like negative, and we ain't trying to hear that shit. T-Hill, what it do, homie? Lubin is a damn good fighter. And listen, I want to see him in there with any of these guys. You know what I'm saying? You got to show me with Lubin, bro. You know what I mean? He got some experience. He been around the block, and he willing to fight. You get me? Willing to fight, battle tested. You know what I mean? He done took some losses. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's always y'all opinion when y'all speaking bullshit. Yeah, it's your opinion, but your opinion is shit right now. Because you just unnecessarily, why single Lubin out? What makes Lubin a non-factor? Because you said so? Nah, bro. We ain't doing that. Favorite G's, what it do? But back to this cook, man. I ain't even listening to you. You could type away. And y'all feel free. Hit the like button. Smash the like button. Y'all support the ground. We going to keep building. Let's get into the show, man. Let's get into this, man. I just had to, go over some of the action over the weekend. Got another good weekend of fights, though, man. I enjoyed them. The Pacquiao Barrios, whatever. Barrios is no surprise. Everybody looked at Barrios real quick as one of the weaker champions. No disrespect there. I just didn't have him beating the other champions in the division at 47. Him getting in there with Manny Pacquiao. I thought he would fight a bit harder because of the opportunity. You fighting a legend. You catching him at an opportune time. He's 46 years old. Mario Barrios, cut this shit, dude. You were supposed to go out there and really try to take it to him. And I don't feel like you did that. I don't know what you did. I wasn't impressed. And I don't knock no performances, but bro, you keep coming out here and you allow every fight to hang around, guys that hang too close. It's no surprise because look at what Abel Ramos was able to do. Pacquiao was able to make you, you had to fight according to his terms, it looked like. I don't know. I don't know. Some people feel like Barrios won. I don't know. I just feel like you at 46, yo, what's good with it, bro? I get it, man. It's Manny, but bro, he 46 years old, Manny. He 46. That's the Juan Manuel Marquez knockout, sleep on your face, man. That's the Manny that Ugas boxed down and had him can't even see the damn bowl. He eating blind and shit. That's him, bro. That's the dude that fought them fucking exhibitions and didn't look good at all. And you come out, I ain't trying to hear shit. Nothing, bro. That's how you fought for your belt, for that opportunity. You just went out there and you was, nah, man, you was supposed to like try to beat his ass, bro. Big, tall ass dude. Nah, man, this is 46-year-old. I've been knocked out multiple times to the body, slept by Juan Manuel Marquez, beat up by Ugas, fed blindly by my wife, look bad at exhibitions. That's that dude. I'm not trying to hear it, yo. So if you gonna compete at the highest level at 47, you can't be doing that. And I get it. It's Manny Pacquiao, but I ain't trying to hear that shit because it wasn't Pac-Man. Yeah, that's Manny Pacquiao that just beat you up. It wasn't Pac-Man. That wasn't that dude been retired and it's all good. It was a legend. I got all this experience. He old as hell, bro. He 46. You went out there fighting like, I don't know, man. I just thought he'd try a little harder. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too tough. Maybe I'll say that. But I don't know. I just thought he'd fight him different. You know what I mean? Take more control of the fight. Treat him like an old man that he old, bro. His ass old, bro. I seen him in them exhibitions looking crazy. I seen it, bro. Dub said that was a manual. You get me? That's that. You all due respect to Manny Pacquiao, the legend. Yo, do not misunderstand where I'm going. Man, that's a guy with what he had 70 fights. Kick his ass, bro. Kick his ass, bro. You in there like I just felt like he treated him like it was Pac-Man in there. You get me? Like it was the young version of the do. It wasn't that. It wasn't that, bro. This is the Manny Pacquiao that let Jeff Horn go in there and tussle him around and slam him and punch him upside his head. That's the guy that you fought. But that's the guy after all of that stuff. And you went in there and you was like, yeah, I'm fighting Manny, y'all. That's not how you do it. You ain't beating no Brian Norman. Give it up. That's out. That's out. You're not doing that. I'm beating no Brian Norman. I don't know who you beat. I don't know. Conor Ben. That's gonna be bad. Shit. Devin Haney, I'll box you. Yeah, I think he outbox you. Right? Just doing the boring way. I'll box you. I respect the Mario Barrios, bro, but your performances to me been a little too like close. Like you letting guys hang around. The rounds are too like debatable. You gotta. That's what I'm not saying. All due respect to him, I don't see separation in his fights. I see him letting guys hang around. I'm seeing him let Abel Ramos disfigure his face. Like people disrespecting you for your title, bro. Like he don't even understand. Yo. He don't get it. He don't get it, bro. He don't get. They don't respect that you got a title. They think you easy pickings. They think you like the weakest champion. They acting crazy for your belt. People going out there. They fighting you for your belt and you not fighting for your belt the way I need to see you fight. I've seen some sharp performances out of Mario Barrios. I seen a real spirited effort when he lost to Tank. I seen a real spirited effort when he lost to Thurman. I seen this dude like go out there and cook, but I don't know. Maybe it's the wear and tear. Maybe it's Manny. I don't know, but he 46, bro. Like you a younger champion. You got to kick up. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying he still can't fight or nothing, but bro, nah, you wasn't fighting Pac-Man. You were fighting Emmanuel, as my man Dub said, bro. That's not the same guy. You supposed to kick his ass a little bit, bro. You supposed to show him the door. This fight was supposed to make us feel like, yeah, Manny probably should chill. It looked like you should chill and Manny mess around and bought himself another payday, another fight. They out here talking, they disrespecting you. They out here talking about Mayweather too. Telling you, hey, Barrios, man, if I was you, I would be motivated. I'll take some time off, heal up, because you know your face break up crazy every time you fight. People be disrespecting your face. But anyway, take some time off, and get back to it. Yo, train your ass off, be motivated. I don't know if it's anything you could do differently, but them fights can't continue to be like close. Every fight can't be like that. Like as long as he had a title, it's like none of your wins are like he's stamping. Like you get me, he ain't stamping these wins that he's just getting by. And then maybe that's my problem. Maybe that's my criticism. I'm not just going off one fight. I'm going off multiple fights. I'm seeing him let guys just be in it too much. Like you fizzle down the stretch. Abel Ramos looked like he was about to stop you. Your face looked crazy. I thought Keith Thurman turned you into something crazy. Ramos had your face looking wild. And he multiple losses later in his career. Shit ain't supposed to be like that. And then you got Manny Pacquiao, 46 years old. Emmanuel Pacquiao in the ring, and you out there treating him like you in there with Pac-Man, bro. That wasn't him, bro. I don't know if you read the scouting report. I don't know if you watched the exhibitions. I don't know what was up. You out here talking about how hard he hit. We don't care, bro. He been punching. But you were supposed to get in there and punch on his little ass, man. And he didn't do it, bro. So shout out to Barrios. No slight, no shade. I'll still watch him fight, but I don't have no faith that he'll solidify anything at 147. I do think this is part of the reason why you would take a fight like this. Maybe it's good money for you, the opportunity to share the ring. You didn't lose. Like, I'll give you that. It was a draw. You didn't lose, but I think you could have separated yourself and made a solid case for winning. It's just an effort thing. He just wasn't going for it. I don't feel like he don't fight like he a hungry guy to me. He just fought like, all right, this Manny, I just can't let him beat me, but I ain't gonna beat him. You get me? You fought almost not to lose, but you didn't fight to win. If that's fair, that's the best way I could put it, bro. You was fighting not to lose, and we all know that's if you fight not to lose, that shit is in the back of your mind. You wasn't concentrating on the win and separating yourself enough from this dude in them rounds, man. I just seen them shits being too close. 2 cents, what it do, homie? How you feeling? Mel, the lineal champion, you gonna put the demo down on Thurman. Be a good one. It'd be a good one. It'd be a good one. I love to see it, man. Yeah, I was disappointed to fight. It's just a little lackluster, man. He got AARP. He out there fighting, bro. Like, bro, man, disrespect him, bro. Like, bro, disrespect him, bro. Like, you out there, like, man, nah, man. That's what I'm saying. Where that energy at? Like, bro, I don't care. I don't care that he Manny. We could celebrate you being Manny after I beat your ass, bro. Like, I don't care that you Manny. Yeah, I'm rough his ass. Do something. You out there just boxing him, just like, you know. He said, do the blind. Nah, he was. Y'all remember it? Y'all remember it. Dude, what's good, cuz? Y'all remember it. His wife had him. He couldn't see. I don't even know what was Manny eating. I bet you y'all don't know. And we had eyes, bro. That's the crazy part about that video. He couldn't see what he was eating. We could see what he was eating, and we still don't know what it was. What was he eating? Pork? Soup? I still don't know which one. I don't know what the hell she was feeding, but I know his shit was on dubs. He was like this. He was Stevie Wondered out. You could see his lids and shit. He like, and she had the thing up under him, the spoon. I'm like, who authorized the upload of this video? Like, who pressed send on that video and say, yeah, we're going to show the world that Manny Oz is on dubs. He can't see, but we could feed him like that. That was a bad look. It was wild. She should have never did that. Killer B, what's good with it? We're going to keep going. Teach, what's good, my guy? What's good with it, man? Foxy Brown, peace to the queen. How you feeling? Showtime to God. What's good? Mr. Grandy in the building. Hilltop, what's good? Bomb, what's up with it? That Manny Corner was screaming, respect your elders every time Barrios about to throw a combo. I'm telling you, bro. Cream of wheat. Yeah, hey, Dub, she had him eat cream of wheat, bro, with no biscuits. The nerve of her. She didn't even put him no biscuits on the side, bro. That's diabolical, man. You can't make cream of wheat without the biscuits, bro. Ain't had no biscuits, man. Shout out to Cuz. What's good with it, dude? She was feeding him that oatmeal with blood. He tried to feed the golden child. Hey, Dub, be showing our age with the golden child. Some of the youngest might not know about golden child, man. Shout out to my guy, man. But yeah, man, that was a bad look, man. It was a bad look, man. I wasn't too high on that fight. I just expected more. CJ, what it do? I expected more from a young guy. Yo, you fighting for your title. Man, I'm telling you, they look at you as food. That shit don't motivate you. They out here talking about you a weak champion, bro. They really out here offering you up to other people to beat you up. They like, yeah, we fight Barrios. We know Barrios ain't trying to fight. Like, They count you out, and then you get in there and you don't show out. You supposed to show out, man. You supposed to show out. Be in Boxing News, my homie. What's good with it, bro? You supposed to show out. You out here fighting like you ain't got shit to fight for. You had a whole title. Out here, you playing. All right, Barrios, I'm about to move on. But they've been disrespecting that man for his belt. Yo, Ramos was treating you bad, bro. Manny got in there, was treating you a little bit, bro. He was acting crazy. Man, bro. Only reason I ain't gonna trip on the fight, because I don't think I recall hearing them say that he revisited the Fountain of Youth. I'm good, y'all. Remember, I was saying they got one time to say that shit, and I'm gonna lose my mind. Unless I missed it. Hopefully I did. If it did, it was said, but I didn't hear it, and I'm glad. I just look, Manny gave a good effort, bro. I can't sit there. That's a lot of experience in front of him. Let me not sound so ignorant. That's a lot of experience, a lot of different championships, a lot of titles. He fought them all. I get it, bro, but he's just not the same guy. He's not the same guy. He is not the same fighter that he once was. I don't give a damn what his six-pack look like, bro. I don't care. He don't operate at the same level that he once did. Because if he did, he would have hurt you. He would have really did some things to you. So that's all I'm saying. If you're a young, hungry champion, like, because you're still in your 20s, I don't think Barrios is 30 yet. I don't think. You got to beat him up, bro. You got to, like, all that respect shit. I don't give a damn. Legend, Filipinos, yeah, we love y'all. Beat his ass, bro, and love him after that. You out there like, you know, yeah, this is Senator Manny. Nah, punch his ass, bro. Manny out here, you said he punch hardest for punch his ass, bro. Senator Manny out here trying to take your title. He out here trying to earn his next bag, and you letting him do it. You letting him do it. So that's all, man. I don't want to be too hard on Barrios. I just expect more, man. You fighting for something, bro. You got that title, and you out here playing. You lucky they ain't make you fight Boots. Somebody like that, bro. That shit would have been up off you, G. You get what I'm saying? So he ain't got too many more mulligans, as I call it, like Barrios. Like, you ain't got too many side quests and missions. Ain't too many Filipino legends for you to go fight. You got that about the way, don't y'all better not dare. Hey, boxing, y'all better not dare. I don't want to hear shit about no rematch either. Y'all wow. The first one shouldn't have happened. Y'all, if y'all push a rematch, y'all bogus as hell. We don't want to see that. Let Senator Manny go retire and go spend some money or do whatever it is you do when you done had that long of a career. Like, go do that. Go golf or something with Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Go do that. But I don't want to hear nothing about no rematch. Just go ahead and leave well enough alone. Y'all fought the first time. We seen it. Okay. 46. He out here still giving young champions, 6 foot tall champions issues. Manny lived to fight another day. Barrios, no disrespect to you, but that belt is going to come up off you. You probably got about another fight. Probably your next fight, you probably won't be a world champion. That's not me trying to disrespect him. It's just the way his fight's been going. Like, you looking like the older champion almost. And that's weird to me. And I'm going to go try to watch this fight again because I want to see, make sure I ain't being too hard on Buddy. But nah, his fights, they just, when he ain't losing, he is winning as of late. It's too close. Or draws and shit like that. Because wasn't Abel Ramos a draw as well? And that's what I'm saying. Like, back-to-back fights, you know, you fighting for your title, you competing, and you're having draws. No separation in your fights. That title, you know, you stretching that run as long as you could take it. But I don't think you got too much longer being a world champion at 147 pounds. And you got the belt that people clamor for. You got that WBC strap, that green belt. Yeah, Brian Norman might have something to say about that. You fight Brian Norman the way you did Pacquiao or Abel Ramos, you don't make it out the fight, kid. You fight where you ain't creating separation in them rounds, man. The Devin Haney boxing you moving, man, you'll lose to him. Conor Ben souped juiced up after his wars with Chris Eubank. I don't know what he gonna be, but shit, he's still looking like more of what you are right now. So I don't know. If you don't want to go through that fire there, I say drop the belt because somebody gonna kick his ass for that belt. Watch. I'm not hating on him. I'm not wishing nothing. I don't want to see him lose. I think the next fight, man, somebody gonna get that up off him. I don't think it. I think after his next fight, he's no longer champion. If they make him fight somebody legit, it's over. Al Booger, what it do, homie? Shit, Mr. Graham, what you mean only 15 million? Shit, you know what I mean? 46. Let me go get that for 15 million. You give me Mr. Grandy for 36 minutes. Al Booger, what it do, homie? How you feeling? Shout out to No Evidence. What's good? What's good with it? You can just drop it. No questions. That all right. Talking to Reef. Man, so saw him shot fight at the Staples. Controversial fight against a Brazilian. Yeah, man. Samuel, like his fights, he just need more separation. Conor Ben is going to snatch it if that opportunity presents itself. Eddie would probably love nothing more than to make him a world champion, rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? Why not? He's been with him long enough. But yeah, man, much respect to Barrios. I hope I ain't sound like I was trashing him because I wasn't, but he just let his man hang around way too much. And I don't care about it being Pacquiao. You could celebrate that shit later. Beat him up, bro. You got a job to do. You just a little more sense of urgency. That's all, man. And these guys be going out there round after round, fighting every round the same way, not switching it up, not making no adjustments, and just kind of getting through the rounds. You get what I'm saying? It's like as long as you ain't get embarrassed or beat down, you cool. Like, nah, man. Y'all, where's the motivation to want to step on the legend? Because you fighting him, so all that feeling sorry for him shit go out the window. I wanted to see him just fight in a way that made me feel like he was trying to step on this dude and not respect him so much. That's all. And maybe I just feel like me personally, I didn't feel like I was getting that. So I feel like the next fight for you, your title gonna come up off you, sir. He said Mauricio about to give us the Norman train. Y'all wanted Pac to go outside. Nah, Pac say he's pulling his punches. Who's pulling his punches? Somebody's pulling punches. That's never good. But look, Pac, I gotta give him some credit before we move on. Like I said, look, he pushing the young Barrios in a way that he probably shouldn't be able to at 46 years old. He been through all them weight classes. Pacquiao, he started from sperm weight. Bro started from sperm with 108 and all the way up here. So that's all I'm saying. And just all of those fights, I get it, it's experience, but at a certain point, we've seen Father Time in the ring with Pacquiao more than one occasion is what I'm saying. And the fact that I wasn't watching that fight feeling like it's Manny that need to do something different. It was you. That's all. I mean, I'll go watch it again because I seen somebody score 9-3 for Barrios. So I definitely need to watch it again. But we'll see, man. But good weekend of boxing, y'all. Good weekend of boxing for sure. Paulie was going in on Barrios. Yeah, he's just a bad champion, man. I mean, I won't call him a bad champion. He's just not the strongest of the guys there, man. He definitely, if it was anybody that was going to lose their belt, it would be him. It would be him. If anybody was going to lose their title anytime soon, it would be Mario Barrios. I'll pick that up later. Yeah, man, them dudes fought that sperm weight or something, man. 108, you know what I'm saying? You say you felt like Barrios was pulling punches. It's tough. You just make all this conversation with me talking about it makes me want to watch it again, and I will try to find it, watch it. Matter of fact, I can replay it. I can go right to the thing and replay it. I had the 6-3 before the 10th, and the judges gave Mario the last few rounds. Yeah, man, because I ain't gonna act like people didn't feel like he pulled it off and it shouldn't have been a draw. But I feel like I gotta hold Barrios accountable for that because I just felt like he could have did a little bit more, being a much younger guy. You get what I'm saying? I feel like he should have been the one pushing it. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Maybe I just had it a certain way in my head because of what we working with physically. How many years younger? 16 years younger or something they kept talking about. Bro, you didn't fight like you was 16 years younger than this dude at all. You get me? So 6-3 for Manny. Yeah, man. Manny, he lived to fight another day, y'all. Lived to fight another day. But salute to him. Shout out to Tszyu, but I don't know where he goes from here. Definitely back to the drawing board. But with that kind of style, I don't know if he'll be world champion again, realistically. And I think that's what these guys be fighting for. So unless he's sticking around to be some type of gatekeeper, it's going to get tough. It's going to get tough. I know Josue ain't out here trying to cut grass right now. He couldn't miss with the jab and stop throwing it. Yeah, man. Let's keep rolling, man. Let's get to it. Let's hit that like button, y'all. We're going to keep building. We got some stuff to get into, man. I just wanted to go over the weekend. Get that out, man. Get y'all my thoughts on this weekend's fights. Overall, man, good weekend of boxing again, man. Good weekend of boxing. George Campbell's Dare to Be Great fight Tim Tszyu. He said he's seen his uncle in there, right? You know what I'm saying? He's seen his uncle. That's Emmanuel Pacquiao. He couldn't let off on him. But let's get to this, man. So I seen people posting about this on Twitter. It caught my attention. I got onto it late. I see Shakur did a interview with Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco, and he had listed, you know, what I'm calling a hit list, right? He had listed 3 names. They asked him about, you know, some guys he wanted to fight, and this is what he had to say.
Who are the next 3 that you would like to fight? And I'm not saying call anybody out. I'm just saying in general that you know that will continue to help build that legacy.
Call the ass out, Shakur.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
I take Tank, Lamont, lightweight. I like Andy Cruz. I'm a competitor, so I like the best fights and most competitive fights. So I think them guys is more so the 3 most competitive guys.
I think Tank is the money fight. I think that's the, you know, not only will that help cement your legacy at the lightweight division, I think that's the fight, Shakur, that's going to pay you the most money.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. He's the guy that everybody been talking about for a long time. So
he has
I can't wait.
Knockout power. It's going to be his power versus your skill.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what's crazy about that? This is no cap. You know, a lot of guys, they like, oh, he did that against Zepeda because Zepeda is not a big puncher. I would rather fight a power puncher any day than fight that kind of value.
Tell us why.
Any day. Because after the fight, my body was done. Like, I done been in there with power punchers to where it's like, you know, you got to think and get out the way and don't let them land that big shot.
Mm-hmm.
But when you fighting a value puncher, he punching on your arms, your body.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just very much like a fight, a big ass fight, to where it's like after the fight you need massages, you need to go. Like it's a big fight, so
mm-hmm.
I would rather fight them guys any day.
Yeah, hey, it's so funny. I like the 3 names that you did call out about fighting. I think Tank is the money fight, but the fight that would interest me the most, based on skill set, you know, styles make fights. The one I think would be the best chess match, you know, from round to round, and both of you, you know, it would be Brother Roach. Brother Roach. I think, to me, for those of us that are not casual boxing fans and actually enjoy the sweet science, I would love to watch a fight with you and Roach develop round by round, and just the thinking game and the chess match that it would be based on y'all skill sets. But
I would love that fight too. I think that's one of the fights to make. I think that Lamont is very underrated.
Yeah.
I'm glad that he's talking it out about his skill set, because a lot of people don't realize how good he really is. And you know, I appreciate Lamont too. He's one.
Yeah, he called him not Brother Roach. He called that man Brother Roach. But look, so I feel like, you know, it's always a Tank fight. I think that's to be expected, because how could you not want what you feel like is the biggest fight for you? But I think it's, you know, I think that conversation goes on pause for me. You know, obvious reasons. Tank got his legal situation to deal with. Lamont Roach rematch to sort out if they're going, you know, fight or not, whatever the case is. So it's understandable when he say that, when they ask him about the fights for him. But good thing that he named more than one fight. I expected here Tank, but Andy Cruz surprised me a little bit. I like the fact that he sees Andy Cruz as somebody that's talented. Maybe he see something in Andy Cruz and Lamont Roach. You've been hearing people talk about that. Look, I've said this before. If Lamont Roach is in fact going to move on, if it's anybody that he's going to fight at 35, unless he's going back down to 30, I'm going to play a little clip from Lamont Roach, because he also spoke about a potential fight, you know, or fighting Shakur to be a good fight or whatever. I just think it'll be a good fight. If whatever the best option is for him, that's what I want to see. My thing is, if you stand at 35, Shakur seems like it makes sense, because, you know, he obviously a potential Tank Davis opponent, and they have a common opponent. You know, Shakur and Lamont Roach fight. I think it'd be a good fight. It would allow him to fight for a title, still staying at 135. I don't see a better option. I don't think Morataya will be fighting him. Abdullah Mason obviously fighting Sam Noakes for the WBO. So the options at 35 is limited, the meaningful ones anyway. So just a natural process of elimination. If Tank is handling his business legally outside the ring, that's cool. There's no you get me? So it's just you move on. So what Lamont Roach going to do is either going to sit around, which I doubt that's something that he's going to do, or you fight the next best option. So I think if you're staying at 35, that's the best option. A Shakur, Stevenson, or if you go back down to 130 and figure out the smoke down there, because he mentioned doing that potentially as well. You know what I'm saying? And this
Who you looking to fight next after this fight? Like Tank over, win, lose, draw, whatever. Who you want next?
Look, if y'all don't know, even after I beat Tank, I'm gonna go back down to 130 and handle some smoke that I got down there at 130. All the champions. I got smoke with all the champions. I wanted to unify at least one belt at 130.
Okay.
So whoever the champion is, whoever the champions are, hopefully I can just line them up and then take them out. It's good fights. The champions are Lomachenko, Shakur, and another guy from Ukraine, Denis Baranchik or something like that.
Okay. I feel like you and Shakur is a really... I think people in the comments are actually wanting that fight, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, that'd be a good fight.
Yeah, it'd be a great fight.
Yeah, they could fight. Shakur can boogie for sure.
So you hear, and you obviously that was a while ago, but you heard it's been more recent interviews. That's just one of the clips I used because he talked about going back down to 130. So it's not me trying to, I know how fans look at it. It's not me trying to take a fight from Tank, or it's just me being realistic. If you got bigger things to worry about outside of boxing, that's understandable. Handle, young man. Lock in, get that squared away, and then you resume your career as regular. But in the meantime, I think Lamont Roach should be looking to fight. You get what I'm saying? Fight somebody, and I think that's the best option if you stand at 35. Obviously, Denis Baranchik since then is lost, right? So that was a while ago. You know what I mean? He done got beat by Keyshawn. Since then, Keyshawn lost the title on the scale. Fight got canceled. Now you got Abdullah Mason fighting for that title. So it's simple. It's either it's up to Lamont Roach to me, and if it makes sense for him to stay up at 35 while he here, or go back down. So, yeah. That's all. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The intrigue is gonna always be there. The what if, the unfinished business, the controversy that was in the first fight, they're gonna want to see that. You know what I'm saying? All of that. But so I think that simple. It's simple. It's up to Lamont. You either go try to defend your belt at 30 or you stick around 35. To me, I feel like the fact that he was already about to have a rematch there, might as well stick around. Me personally, I would like to see him and Lamont mix it up. I would like to see him and Corey mix it up. I think it's a real good fight. I think out of the three names that Shakur mentioned, I think that's the more likely fight to happen. You get what I'm saying? I think that's the more likely fight to happen. So I'm all for it. Obviously, Andy Cruz is over there in the IBF. Got that IBF situation. He looking to fight a guy like Morataya. So if you playing it smart, you go fight Morataya and get a title first, and then you will look to secure a unification potentially with Shakur. But I don't think Eddie Hearn is looking to put Andy Cruz up against Shakur in his first title fight. He's going to have a tough time selling me that, but I can see him being willing to throw him in there against Morataya in his first title shot. Seem more realistic, a more winnable fight, more comparable on paper to me anyway. So it all falls down to the fighters and what direction these dudes gonna go. But I do think Shakur and Lamont is a great fight to have for boxing. It'd be fun, kind of people get to comparing common opponents. You know how that go, even though triangle theories don't work. But it'd just be a good fight to have, I think, for 135. To be honest with you, Keyshawn is no longer there. He's looking to move to 140. Abdullah Mason tied up. Morataya making a voluntary defense. You got Roach kind of in the win with this situation in limbo. So, you know what I mean? I think it's actually a reasonable, realistic fight to make. For real. So I like it. Ozzy is Andy Trainer, Bozy know the real with Andy Shakur. Get you beat. Yeah, damn, as long as he's getting paid. I don't think it's nobody that you could say Eddie Hearn is getting beat, though. I know people been throwing that out there, but I don't be seeing it. I don't see it with Eddie. BJ, what it do, homie? How you feeling? It's Flies. Flies 47. You think he'll come into the game? Oh, you talking about the one that beat Tucker, Foxy? You talking about the guy that beat Jahad Tucker and Nicholas Flies? I think that's his name, right? Yeah, he's pretty good. Ramon was good with it. Rose was just as big as Tank in their fight. He might be a little bigger, shit. Might be a little bigger naturally than Tank. Lamont Rose, realistically. Remember, he said Tank too small. So, yeah, Nicholas Flies, that's one of those guys, man. He dangerous, bro. He beat Jahad Tucker, opened my eyes to him. I thought it was a really close fight, but I think he's a good fighter. For me, what I see with boxing when it comes to guys like that, the more marketable you are and the more they can sell and make money, the more they'll push you. Other than that, you could just linger around just being a really good fighter that people know about or know of, right? You'll never get to that star level, should I say. LaMarcus was good, homie. Got Ford. Beat, ask him to stay at 26. Oh, yeah, that, but you know what? How I look at that, shout out to that guy Mark Castro Cook. How I look at that is, ultimately it's up to the fighter to say yes or no. And he knows full well, like, this is an opportunity, it's a money fight. So he's gonna throw you some dollars, see if you'll make the fight. And I think in Ford's mind, it just was a fight where, obviously probably wasn't himself. He didn't want to make no excuses, but I don't think he looks at it as, Eddie Hearn getting him beat. Like, think about it. If I make you an offer at a fight, and I don't think he should have fought at 26 again, right? But if I make you an offer, you could say yes or no. And if I make it worth your while, and you lose, you just so happen to lose the fight. That's not me getting you beat. That's just you losing the fight. You get me? If you thinking in terms of business, that fight could have went either way. It ain't like it was written in stone that Nick Ball was going to beat him. It could have went either way. So I get it. I get why people would say that, but ultimately I just felt like, and in my initial thoughts, I was saying the same thing, that you getting guys beat, but they do have an opportunity to say yes or no, and they still would have had a working relationship if he'd have been like, nah, I'm good, I'm going up. I just think he made him a good offer for some good money, and he went and tried his hand one more time. You know what I'm saying? But I get it. I definitely get it. No, I don't think he got Jalil cooked. I don't like the stuff he said after Jalil didn't get that decision, in which I thought he won, but I don't think he getting these people beat. You gotta think the fighters don't say this stuff. They're getting opportunities. He's not getting them beat. These guys, he can't fight for them. They got to go out there and handle business. So I think it's crazy to say he getting people beat. Nah, he providing you with an opportunity. Put yourself in the fighter's shoes, and it wasn't like he made like some lopsided fight or something like that, or making these crazy like offers and their uphill battles or handicap matches. Now that was a very winnable fight. Raymond Ford could have very well edged out Nick Ball. You get what I'm saying? But just wasn't in the cards. But I wouldn't blame it on Eddie though. I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? I just think he being a promoter and that he looked to try to squeeze the rest of the juice out of the lemon at 26 with Ford with that last fight. You know what I'm saying? I made him an offer. You know what I'm saying? And the rest was history. Create more separation. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like the stuff he was saying. I ain't like it sounded like he was almost distancing himself from the fighter, like he ain't come out there and fight a good fight. But more separation in the rounds for sure. And you know what I think it was? Shayla, realistically, just based on what I'm saying now, had to do something with weight. Weight had to be affecting his performance, man. Had to be. You know what I'm saying? Had to be. You got Shakur and Cruz, and they'll definitely try to make that happen, especially Shakur can get it back somewhere else. Yeah, I mean, I think he'll take his time with that Cruz talk, though, because I don't think Cruz beat Shakur, but I just don't see that fight. But if it happens, I'm cool. I'm cool with it. But again, that list, I like the list. Tank is obvious. Cruz surprised me a little bit. Cruz, but the Roach fight is the one I think I like the most. I like the because I think if we talk about next and like now, I think that seems to be the most realistic or best option out of at least out of what he suggested for fights for himself. So I like it. For Drain, yeah, I ain't like the way he looked against Ball. Definitely was drained. He ain't have his reflexes to me, that bop. He ain't had that energy, man. You know what I mean? Like he normally have in these fights. So I just thought he lost. Yeah, Jalil definitely need to move. I can't wait to get when I get off. I'm killing the hell out of that fly. Cut Creator was good with it. Shakur needed to fight Raymond and get the other strap. The problem is it's not up to Shakur. We say Shakur need to do. Raymond Morataya is currently about to take a voluntary title defense. And then after that, Andy Cruz will be in line. I don't see Bob Arum being in a rush to put Raymond Morataya in there against Shakur. He promoted Shakur. He even said to get him beat is not going to be something easy, or somebody beat. No, that's not going to be something easy. Yeah, this fly is killing him. Getting him beat is not going to be an easy thing. So I just don't know if you rush trying to put him in there. So again, it's not a completely up to Shakur. Obviously, you got to be available and, you know, be willing to work and do business. But again, IBF, he going a different route. That just don't involve Shakur immediately, right? The WBO. I expect Abdullah Mason to win that. They got the same management. People gonna blame Shakur. Why don't you fight Abdullah Mason? There's just so much other shit like that I understand, and it don't fall up to him. But for the record, he said he would be willing to fight Mason, but I just don't see it with them having the same management. You know what I mean? Like history moment be fire. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, shade with his flies. It's killing me, man. They're ready for finding a new opponent. Damn, I forgot about that. I gotta look. I think my guy Dub might have sent something to my DM. I gotta check. Ray, what it do? Ray Davis, what's good with it, bro? I need to pick a weight. That's what I'm saying. And it seemed like he exploring options at 35 and higher. Like everything he's put out there, aside from a couple times where he said something about going back down to 130, everything else seemed like the energy being invested in making fights at heavier weights for itself. So you got, everybody he mentioned from Shakur, a tank fight is where he at 35 now. Shakur, Devin, Haney, he done played, mentioned so many different names, and all of them is above 130. I think that's just where he should be at, because he showed that he can compete up there at the highest level. So why not? Y'all just be saying stuff, man. Y'all just be saying Andy Cruz. Y'all just be saying stuff, man. Y'all refuse to listen. Y'all notice you just throwing Shakur name in there. Make this fight. Make that fight. Like y'all not really willing to realize the pieces on the chessboard and where these pieces fall, bro. Dude, where do you hear Andy Cruz or not Andy Cruz or Eddie Hearn sound like he trying to make Shakur Stevenson and Andy Cruz? You know what I'm saying? Like these dudes, I don't see it. Get what I'm saying? What's the incentive right now with him having 5 or 6 fights? Wouldn't it make sense for Andy Cruz to try to fight Raymond Morataya, get a belt, and then you can talk about him fighting Shakur? Then that makes sense. But I don't give a damn what nobody say, even Shakur himself, with a guy with 5, 6 fights. There's no way I want to see you fight that guy next, as opposed to a Lamont Roach or something like that. You get me? Got to think realistically. It's not going to go that way. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter, bro. Like number 1 contender, and who is he gonna fight next, bro? That's what I'm saying. You just speaking like a fan. You not thinking from a business standpoint. So you telling me next gen? Let's entertain this. So the next fight for Shakur is Andy Cruz. You think Eddie Hearn is vested? Well, when have you heard Eddie Hearn say that? And we all know where he ranked that. But that's what I'm saying. You got to pay attention. I don't care what the fighters are saying, what the promoter's saying. Do we sound like that's something he's trying to do right now? You really think he's comfortable putting Andy Cruz in there with Shakur right now? You can't convince me that that's something realistic. Like you can't, not right now. Now you win a title, shit, you're a champion. If you could fight other champions, you get me. But there's no way that happens right now. What route is Andy Cruz pursuing? The IBF, not the WBC. Yeah, he mentioned Shakur, but it's easy to mention that shit when you know your promoter don't got no intent on pushing you in that direction. That shit is not happening right now. They both on Matchroom. You really think he's trying to push that fight right now? So you think Eddie Hearn, it would be smart business for Eddie Hearn to put a guy that he's invested in, Andy Cruz, in his first title fight with Shakur Stevenson? See how we can make this shit make sense by having a simple boxing conversation? Would it still be an entertaining fight or a good fight? Could he compete? Yeah, but what's the likelihood? Competing is one thing. You putting guys in fights to win. So if you Eddie Hearn, do you put him in a fight with Shakur Stevenson next? See what I'm saying? So nah, man. Shout out to my homie Ty. Said Andy Cruz got other things in the works. Match room for now, like 2-3 fights while he waits. He managed it through the IBF. Yeah, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you, that they not more tired, and that's who he more likely in line to fight. He'll fight more tired before he would Shakur. And they'll keep yelling, well, why would you fight Shakur? It's like, bro, do you see which way he going? Tell him to fight him. Tell Eddie Hearn to make that fight so Andy Cruz can get his ass cooked. And nobody with no 5-6 fights is a professional is beating Shakur Stevenson. And the powers that be, them promoters, they know shit like that. That'd be stupid business, bad business. You better let that man get some type of championship experience. Go ahead and go throw him in there. I don't care personally, but I just know it's not realistic. And they're not going to do that because he's so inexperienced. And that's the only thing they're going to say. And Shakur beat him, because make no mistake, he's going to beat him. They're going to say that. Nah, he was inexperienced anyway. He only had 6 fights. Like I'm telling you, I can see it now. Javier Herrera versus Ricardo Nunez are fighting for the WBC 135 Eliminator. Hey, man. He could be a potential opponent. I hope he is, Dub Javier. I hope he is, so he can get his young ass cooked too. Shout out to Showtime. I don't know, man. Andy Cruz ain't a big fight for him right now because Andy Cruz ain't did nothing just yet, bro. 5-6 fights. You telling me Andy Cruz is a big fight for who? Why would he be a big fight? What would he bring to the table that would make that a big fight? What fan base do we got? What makes Shakur and Andy Cruz a big fight? Nothing. You know what I mean? Nothing. He said Caroline AR back in the ring on Saturday. Shout out to my the professor at McLean. I would say it's gotta choose how we determine good fighters. Either we honor rankings or skill set. I'm tired of fighters being trash after the fight is over, man. Yeah, I think people expose their boxing IQ, Cal, when that happens. Every time a fighter loses, they say somebody got exposed. I think it's like surface level stuff. Shout out to Flawless Mentality, Dr. Mark, the OG. Appreciate you, man. Much love. I just be making sense out of this stuff. And shout out to the homie L Dub, because he be dropping gems all the time in the DM, man. I just be making sense out of it. I know we like these fights. Andy is skilled, he ranked. But aside from that, do you realistically, as a boxing fan, feel like Eddie Hearn, it would be smart business to try to put together a Shakur Stevenson and Andy Cruz fight? Andy Cruz don't have no reason why Shakur would be looking his way right now, even though he mentioned fighting him. That don't mean that shit happening next. You get me? That shit ain't happening next. He gotta work. He gotta work a little bit more, man. Hell with them gold medals, man. Them gold medals don't got no bearing over anything going on in the pros. You get what I'm saying? He can't use his gold medals to say, yeah, I got gold medals. This is why I should get a Shakur fight. No, don't go like that. Howard, what it do, homie? Girl, O'Shea. Absolutely. Shout out to O'Shea, man. So we love Andy and his 2-time gold medals and all of that. He's impressive. He can fight. He's skillful. I like the way he's developing under Bozy. I have nothing bad to say, but I feel like I understand or got enough grip or understanding on the business to know that if you're Eddie Hearn and you got Shakur signed, you got Andy Cruz, do you try to put them, if you're vested in both of them, do you try to put them against each other with one guy being so inexperienced as a professional, and then you trying to lean on the fact that he has gold medals to put him in? Like, you get me? That's a tough sell. So he could be ranked all he want, but what's the likelihood that he's going to pursue that guy versus a Raymond Muay? If you're Eddie Hearn, you promoting Shakur too, as well as Andy Cruz, and you got a potential fight with Raymond Muay. Let's be honest and let's use like sense. Which fighter do you pursue? Do you pursue Shakur Stevenson or Raymond Muay? Seriously though, neither fight should be easy for him, because Raymond Muay ain't no pushover. Let me be clear. He ain't sweet. He ain't just no running apart. You get what I'm saying? But just think about it. You get me, Shay, where they're going to go towards Raymond and not going to go. Then maybe you start thinking like, damn, man, we could do a unification and make a big fight between the two. Now it makes some type of sense. But I cannot, in no world do I see Shakur fighting Andy Cruz without nothing, with just 5 or 6 fights. I can't see that. I don't see why it even makes sense to do it. You get me? I know we want to see fights because we feel like Andy got the skills. He talented. He got the gold medals. Shakur got a silver medal. He got 2 gold medals. I get all of that. Shit ain't got nothing to do with the pro ranks and how it work up there. And I just don't think it would be a good business move for Eddie Hearn to try to put him in there with him right now with such inexperience. It wouldn't even give Andy Cruz his best shot at winning. You get what I'm saying? And that's what, boxing. They want to give their guys the best shot at winning and make the fights when they make sense. I just don't think it makes sense now. You get me? And the rankings is kind of making people feel like the fight should happen now, but it's not. No, it's not. It's almost a conflict of interest. For sure it is. You know what I'm saying? They ain't let Andy Cruz near the belt. They might not have to. Notice, which with Shakur, it's not. We're not thinking about nobody letting somebody near the belt. We saying Top Rank ain't gonna let Andy Cruz near the belt. So what about where he's ranked at? Do you know where he ranked at in the IBF? You get what I'm saying? So you don't think he gonna get a shot? It's not gonna be up to Top Rank. He gonna have to fight or get stripped. Get what I'm saying? He gonna have to fight. And who's right there waiting for him? Andy Cruz, a guy that you trying to put on Shakur that's going to end up fighting Raymond Mortai, if anything. So if I had to take a shot, I would say we'd see that fight way before you will see Andy Cruz in court. But you just never know with boxing. But I'm just thinking it out. I don't see the push, the reason for it. You know what I'm saying? I don't see the reason. Dank, what it do, yo? What's good with it? Street versus ranked WC house fight. Which one harder to make? I tell you what. Which one is more realistic to make? You can make the fights if the guys is invested in making the fights. And ain't about it being hard. I don't think it's nothing hard about fighting somebody that's ranked for your belt. See how you thought when it came to Shakur fighting Andy? You like, well, he's ranked number 1. Where is he ranked at in the IBF? Get what I'm saying? So now we're talking about how Top Rank gonna allow it, but with Shakur, that doesn't exist. It's like fight Andy. Why we can't just say fight Raymond, and that's more realistic. That's what I'm saying. So it just don't make sense. You know what I mean? But if I'm core, man, and got any opportunity to fight Lamont Roach, you do it for obvious reasons. He just had a draw with Tank. You can't get that fight right now. You fight the guy that he just had a draw with. It makes good for entertainment, talking points, bragging rights, whatever you want to call it. I think if Shakur was to get in there and beat Lamont Roach convincingly, I think that would definitely reignite the buzz to make the obvious fight that everybody say they want to see. You get me? So that's why I'm clamoring for it. I ain't going to even lie to y'all. I don't know if I'm being selfish when I say that, but I would love to see Shakur and Lamont Roach for obvious reasons. You know what I'm saying? And no guarantee I will resign with Eddie. Nope. Old money swag. What it do, man? What's good with it, bro? How you feeling, man? Andy Cruz fighting Raymond ain't hard to make. You can't duck any mandatory presented by the IBF. You'll be stripped. I try to tell him, Ty. Try to tell him. Now he talking about Top Rank. It ain't gonna be up to Top Rank. You gotta fight, bro. You get me? You gotta fight. Your dog gotta fight. Raymond Mortai ain't gonna be the coach with that belt. He gonna have to get up in there, G. He gonna have to get up in there and fight. Y'all hit the like button, man. Smash the like button. Support the build. We're gonna keep cooking. We got a couple more things to get to before we go. We're gonna keep building. And get Shakur versus Lamont unexpectedly. I hope so. So just do Roach have anything to push Shakur away? Little Servant, what's good with it? Look, respect to Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach got IQ. I'll trust what Shakur said about Lamont Roach. He feel like he's smart, talented, he could fight. He said he underrated. So I'm gonna respect him the same way. After seeing how well he fought against Tank, 12 rounds, you can't dismiss him as a talent or a challenge, right? But if you asking me, like, dude, can he put him away in terms, like, can he beat him? Anything could happen in the fight. But if you asking me, like, if I had to take an early pick just based on what I've seen, I think Shakur is one at a more consistent level. Despite Lamont having a 1 loss, I feel like he's gotten better since the loss, but I just feel like Shakur consistently performs at a different level. You know what I'm saying? A lot more consistently. And you see it. I don't like triangle theories, but you see the common opponent. Shit was night and day. It's not just that one guy beat him versus one guy losing. It's how one guy beat him versus how the other guy lost. Very close loss and spirited loss, to say the least. You know what I'm saying? It was a very close fight, but I think Lamont Roach can test Shakur. I think he can challenge him for sure and make it a really good fight. You know what I mean? I ain't dismissing him at all, but for me, based on what they've shown me, I would lean towards Shakur beating him. And I would say he would beat him comfortably too. I could be wrong, so I don't want to be misunderstood. Comfortably doesn't mean it won't be competitive. You can compete for 12 rounds, but if you lose 8, you get me? So it's one of them things. I mean, I could see it like that. Just feel like he just showing a different level on more consistently in the ring. Shout out to the Queen Foxy, bro. I appreciate you supporting the build, man. Y'all hit the like button, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all notifications on, all that good stuff, man, because we're going to be doing some pop-up lives too. I want to make sure y'all in the building. I hear you, Next Gen. You thinking politics, but you thinking too deep into it. It's not up. It's going to get to a point where like where it's at now, it's not up to him. It's mandatory. So what are you going to do? Avoid his mandatory, then he gets stripped. It's not about, it's not going to be up to Bob. That shit going to have to happen. So Bob, what are you going to, he can't protect them belts for so long. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to put your man in there. And Raymond Muay, respectfully, you're going to have to fight somebody for people to really respect him as a legit champion. You know how that go. So you're going to have to fight. And he going to want to fight. He got to. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way up out of that. Say probably whole year to fight is mandatory. If he do that, I mean, you know what time it is, you know, but I don't think he gonna get up out of it. I don't think he gets up out of that. He gonna have to fight that guy. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to. The rubber meet the road, you're gonna have to fight him, bro. And I don't think there's no way you can get up out of it. You hit me. You hit me. So we gonna see. But I like Core making his rounds, man. He had one of the best wins of his career. I mean, definitely the best win at 35 in terms of challenge and an opponent and what they bring to the table, right? So I like to see what he's doing. I ain't mad at the 3 names. You know, Tank is always the #1 name for him. I think Lamont Roach is a new player at 35 that can make interesting fights for these guys. If he's to stick around, I think that's the fight for them to make. I don't really see why they would do anything else, to be honest with you. If you fight anybody at 35, Lamont Roach outside of Tank, let it be Shakur. I would like to see it, but let's see what happens. Let's see what comes from the interview. And, you know, Lamont Roach spoke about fighting. They spoke about fighting each other. Let's see, it's mutual respect there. It should be a good fight if it happens. I mean, Raymond ain't no easy fight. Nope. Ain't no easy fight. Andy Cruz is a bit inexperienced as a pro. Raymond Muay can fight. He's been tested a bit, you know what I mean? He's been down, got up to win fight. So, you know what I mean? He battle tested. He got Robert Garcia in his corner, a phenomenal trainer. You can't overlook that. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a good fight, man. Doing 9 months around March of 2026. Shout out to Dub, man. Appreciate you, bro. So, we'll see how all that, and shout out to Loyal Servant. Appreciate you, man. We'll see how it all shake out, but all I can do is give y'all my thoughts on how I think it'll all break down, but I don't see a scenario where Shakur fights Andy Cruz, you know, next or the next fight after that. I mean, maybe somewhere down the line. If he's still there at 35, I'm all for it, but in the meantime, we'll see. But let's keep rolling, man. We got to talk about this, man. Yeah, you're going to take a little layoff, Howard. You're going to tell, you know, going to go ahead and rest the, you know what I mean? You're going to rest the hands, man. You're going to rest, you know what I mean? You're going to have to rest the hands, you know, and get back to it. And that's what I want to see him do. Just be smart with his approach. And I feel like a healthy Shakur is really, really hard to beat. And I think people going to find that out if they don't already know it now. It's a lot of people that know, but it's a lot of haters out there. But before it's all said and done, he's going to make a lot of people eat some crow. He is, man. But let's keep rolling, man. We got to talk about this. We got to talk about it, bro. Got to talk about this, man. Be strong. Trying to me think he's slick. Yeah, man. He, you know what I mean? Taking that time off, gradually building up, getting to it. 30 days from the point or the perfect Bob Brown start acting funny. I'm telling you, ain't going to be no way up out of there, yo. So one thing we got to talk about, y'all. I have to. You know what I'm saying? I got to. I rock with both teams, man. But I've been saying, and this one really ain't on them. It's the fans for me. It's the conversations and the comments that people been making, man. And I just want to be very clear with some things, man. I'm gonna play some of Brian Norman over there on the where was he at, on the Boxing Voice? I don't know, Porterway podcast, and he was talking to them about this stuff, bro. So I just had to give my just due on this. I had to. I see you know, we obviously seen the fight get put together between Norman and Haney. We know that Haney went through a number of different names before he got to Norman. It don't even matter because we here now. So we here now. They had a contract. I think it said their contract stated 8 weeks of testing. Bill Haney started suggesting more testing. And, you know, the fans went right into saying, like, you know, why is he willing to take the test and the extra test, and if he don't got nothing to hide? And I gotta tell y'all crazy, man. This is why people came up with the word, what is that? What is it? The Hanos clan and all these different names, the Haneyites or whatever they call y'all. I don't know. But that's why names like that get made up, because right from the rip, y'all already abandoned all logic and reasoning to support your favorite guy. So never mind what a contract states. Never mind what you signed up for. Just because of one of the parties involved on the other side say you got to do something and you got to do it. Absolutely not. So the point I wanted to make is when you heard Bill Haney talking about the extra testing, and I'm going to pull that up too. They went back and forth a bit. Listen, I understand it because I level with them to a degree. They got cheated by Ryan Garcia, bro. They killed themselves to make weight. For Dev to make 140, he got paid the extra money for the weight that Ryan was over, right? They did everything right. And they were clean, and Ryan wasn't. So I understand that after going through that, getting dragged through the mud, the people turning on you, having the worst fight of your career, you know what I'm saying, getting dropped multiple times for the first time in your career, all of this stuff, y'all paranoid. Y'all paranoid. And I get it. I totally get it, bro. Y'all paranoid, and I probably would be too. I probably would be paranoid too after dealing with Ryan Garcia and seeing what happened and how he kind of, you know, seemed like he got shit past the people. I get it. But you can't go and treat everybody like they foul like Ryan. At what point do we treat people like based off what their track record suggests? So what I'm saying is, as far as what we know about Brian Norman and Team Norman, they've been on the up and up and clean athletes. You haven't heard their name attached to any underhanded shit, any PD use, banned substances, none of this shit. None of it. You ain't never heard it. You ain't heard nobody blame them for this or so don't this is just my opinion. Don't go start, you know, putting jackets where they don't fit. Right? It's we get it. I see paranoia, but I also see you trying to make sure you cross every T, dot every I. I get it. But you need to make it clear to people that you not like it wasn't up to you to make that call. They didn't have to say, yeah, we'll do the extra testing. They didn't have to do that. And from what I understand, no matter what he's saying, they saying the testing ain't gonna start till August 1st. I could have swore Sean Porter put that out there. So all I'm saying is it makes it look crazy when you don't deal with people, you know, on a case-by-case basis. Ryan Garcia cheated you, not Team Norman. Now you want to make sure that these guys are on the up and up and they're not cheating you. Cool, fine, no problem. I get it. I understand. But to make it seem like you almost ready to pull out of a fight if they don't just do what you say do when you're not even in position to try to make that call, that's like a pissing contest, bro. That's really what that is. Yeah, if y'all don't do this, you know, then we ain't fighting. It's like that's bullshit. Because now we start hearing, oh, he could have something in the system. You hearing people say F his vacation and all this weird shit. Like, y'all talking crazy. Y'all really saying F, you know, Brian Norman vacation and you do it now and do what we say now. Y'all don't understand how crazy that sound when you sign a contract for something and then somebody's trying to make you do something that is outside of what that contract states. Is wild to me. And all of y'all jump right on it. Well, you don't got nothing to hide. Why don't you just take the test? Man, shut that shit up. Ryan Garcia cheated. Team Norman name ain't never been associated with no damn steroids and PEDs until now. That's not a coincidence. Y'all got to stop the bullshit. Because I'm going to tell you what it is. Outside of the fan base, the people going to feel like that's you looking for a way out. That's what it looks like. You don't make demands, unrealistic demands, bro. Be reasonable. Like, if testing ain't going to start for August anyway, then what is you putting on a dog and pony show for? That shit is like, you get me? That's what I'm saying. That's nonsense. And you got B. Norman really having to, almost explain, that he did everything he was supposed to do. He said yes to everything just to make y'all happy. As if this guy could be cheating. Nah, you should have thought about that shit before you signed up for a guy that just punched 6 weeks of memory out of dude. You should have thought about that then. It seemed like you're getting cold feet and looking for a reason not to fight the man now that you like, well, do what we say do more testing, 365 testing. Shut that shit up, man. Everybody ain't cheating, bro. Everybody ain't cheating. That man got God-given power. If you watch Brian Norman and how he fight, you see what he do, even sparring. You see it. You hear it from the guys that share the ring with him. Naturally heavy-handed. But now, because he punching memories out of guys, he gotta be tested extra. I'm telling you now, all you're gonna do is make it worse for when they actually have to fight each other. Gonna make it worse because if you lose to a guy being paranoid like that, just to lose to him is not gonna look good. You're already looking like you're looking for something to say about Team Norman. Oh yeah, well, he's on something. They got something to hide. They don't want to do what we say do. Like, nah, it don't work like that, bro. Boxing don't work like that. Can't tell me when to test, how to test, and nah, we on the same playing field, bro. We're gonna be on the even playing field, bro. Brian Norman is with all of that BS that y'all trying to put him through, and it just don't look good to me. It looked suspect. It looked like you looking for a reason, and then y'all in bed with a guy who actively said that he can beat Tess. Y'all in bed with a guy who actively said he can beat Tess. And I listen. I was listening in to Showbiz. Shout out to Showbiz. I was listening in to his cook, listening to him, and he posed a really good question. How would you know if you could beat the test if you never done it? How do you know that you could get around the test if you've never done it? So just think about that before you start, launching boulders from a glass house, because you're in bed with a guy that had to change his whole life around, and people look at him with the side eye because of what he was attached to. The Victor Conte guy. Ain't that the guy he openly said that he can get around tests? Like I said, I was listening to show. I don't listen to too many people. I was listening to that particular part on his live, and he posed the question. How do you know you pretty much that you can get around or beat a test if you've never done it before? So that you got to keep in mind, if you Team Haney, that's the kind of guy that y'all in business with. That's who y'all work with. You get what I'm saying? So it seemed like paranoia, justifiable paranoia to a degree, but the more you push and push and push, it makes it seem like you're insecure about something. And I'm not saying that y'all on anything, but stop making ultimatums. Even the way you present these things are not presented in a way that would make people want to say, yeah, right? We men at the end of the day. Those are men. You got pride, you got ego. We don't want no man talking at us, telling us what we got to do, because we don't got to do shit, and we the champion. It's like he said, what makes you think y'all giving us the opportunity when we got the belt? That's what needs to be understood, that both guys are getting the opportunity to the other guy. Brian Norman will be beating Devin Haney. Haney would be the biggest, most notable name on his resume. If Devin Haney's to be able to beat Brian Norman Jr., he could be a 3-division champion. You get what I'm saying? And he could use a win over Norman to put himself back in good space. You get me? That's a sound like opportunity on both ends for both people. But it's only one side acting like they're giving the opportunity. This is why you act like you can call stupid ass shots, like trying to make somebody do an excessive amount of testing just to, so your paranoid ass can sleep at night. And to a degree, I want to level with you, and I understand the paranoia, but that was cheating ass Ryan Garcia, not Brian Norman Jr. That man been counted out. He's 23 years old. He only getting better. He's improving. They keep counting him out. He a traveling defending champion at that, knocking people out in their backyard. winning titles in people's backyard. Y'all keep counting him out, talking about who gonna beat him and how he might get knocked out, and he going out here and punching short-term memory loss into people with left hooks. So I understand it that you might have watched the highlights one too many times. You might have seen Brian Norman Jr. knock Sasaki out one too many times. Well, shame on you. You shouldn't have watched it that many times. Shit got you thinking like, damn, is he really punching that hard? Yes. Yes, I do believe he's punching that hard. I talked to the individual that know him personally. He said he never got his bell rung by nobody like Brian Norman rung his bell. So yes, I'm gonna be up here and vouch that I do believe he got that kind of power. That's what's going on. We get it. Ryan Garcia had a left hook. Brian Norman got a left hook. Ryan Garcia at left hook had a little bit of extra in it. We got to make sure Brian Norman Jr. ain't got a little bit of extra in that left hook. Well, he don't. The only thing extra is that that melatonin. It come with an extra dose. And if that shit land flush, it's a very, very, very high chance, very, very good chance you don't make it about the fight. So I get it, man. A little paranoid, man. But, man, he country strong, as they say. That man putting in work. All that shit y'all saying he can't do. He flat-footed, this and that. He going in there putting in the work from what I understand. And y'all might be in for one. So, listen. I just want to see a great fight between two top-tier talents in the game of boxing. Devin Haney is accomplished. They come at 26 years old. Brian Norman is on his way at 23 years old. You just want to see a great fight between the two. They got contrasting styles. I think it should be fun for everybody that's watching. And I think the boxing world could get behind the fight. But all I'm just saying, from one boxing fan to the boxing world, don't kill the fight with the bullshit narratives, bro. We know Brian Norman is dangerous. You said it on many occasions, Bill Haney. Shout out to him. But I don't want nobody we shouldn't even have to talk PED talk with this particular fight, because you know why? We got two clean athletes with teams that know better. We got a Devin Haney team. Haney got it out the mud. Y'all both traveled that Mexico route. Y'all got Team Norman and Team Haney got similarities that from the outside looking in, both should be able to appreciate and respect each other's grind. Y'all both got it out the mud. Y'all both guiding y'all sons to the highest level of boxing, to the pinnacle of the sport. Do not fuck the fight up with PED talk. We got two clean athletes. Devin Haney is an advocate for clean athletes, and Brian Norman is obviously adherent to anything he's asking him to do in terms of being tested. He's willing to do so, right? Let it rock. Can we see a good fight? Can we see a good fight? Look, I'm cool with the trash talk. Go back and forth, talk about how his son flat-footed and dad gonna box him, and that's all good. But let's kill the PED talk. Let's kill the PED talk. I ain't never heard nobody even question Brian Norman about no PEDs until this situation, and it's not a coincidence, like I said, man. Leave that shit for Ryan Garcia cheating ass. He made an example out of himself. Y'all didn't even have to do nothing. Then he went out there and looked like shit. Brian Norman consistently been performing this way if you've been paying attention to the fights under the lights, the ones that matter. So shouldn't be no surprise that he knocking shit out. Shouldn't be no surprise that he out here punching. You get what I'm saying? But we just got to stop tossing the jackets around. Oh, nah, he might have something to hide. And so why he refusing testing? You got all these people talking crazy, man. The man ain't refused shit. Why are we killing the fucking fight, man? We killing the fight because one team is paranoid, and we get it. Y'all got cheated. You got hit with Ostarine-induced left hooks. I understand, bro. But everybody ain't trying to fuck their career. Brian Norman, the team Norman, look like they getting it out the mud. They look like they doing it the right way. I don't see, you get what I'm saying? If you pay attention, they started when you started. Then they go to Mexico route for several fights over. Y'all did the same shit. Y'all doing the same. You really get it. Y'all two fathers. Happy as hell to see y'all sons where y'all got them to, where y'all guided them to. You get what I'm saying? I don't see the issue. Y'all ain't got to be kumbaya and hold hands and be friendly as hell. But let's be genuine. Let's at least be genuine. You got two fucking dogs, all right? Why I'm calling Devin Haney a dog? Because anybody that's gonna get up from multiple, right hands and Ostarine-induced left hooks is a dog to me. Finished the fight on his feet, that says a dog to me. And was still willing to fight him after all of that shit. And the reason they ain't fighting ain't because of the guy that lost. He got my respect. Brian Norman, you seen him hit the canvas, get up, fight back. You seen him constantly prove people wrong. You seen him punch short-term memory loss out of a guy in his hometown, in his backyard, with Monster anyway sitting front row rooting for Sensaki. You get me? Brian Norman out here cooking with grease, man. It's no reason to hate on him. Don't drag his name through the mud. Y'all boxing fans are weird, or should I say, you boxer fans are weird. The ones that's willing to attach Brian Norman's name to PEDs, y'all bogus, y'all sad, y'all not good for the sport. Y'all need to just log out and don't even watch boxing. Tell me you scared without telling me you scared about fighting Brian Norman. Go ahead, tell me you worried about the left hook without telling me you worried about the left hook. Anybody talking PED shit on Brian Norman Jr. name should be ashamed of themselves, and you paranoid. I'm here to tell you, paranoid, you worried about the left hook, and I got a news flash. From what I understand, the man is not even left-handed. So that's just an extra. And the right, you ain't even get to the right hand. So you got a real problem to worry about when you fight him. Those flat feet that you said he got, them flat, slow feet, I don't think they're going to be flat and slow when you fight him. I think you're going to be in for one. So all I want to see is a great fight. I don't want to see guys getting dragged for meaningless bullshit accusations with no proof, no reason to even suggest that this dude is even remotely the slightest bit dirty. Let's not do it. Devin Haney, let's have it. This fight should be being promoted because we got two fighters that are advocates for being clean athletes. Why we can't push that? Oh, the headline ain't juicy enough, right? I ain't getting enough clicks talking about steroids and shit. Nah, we should be promoting that these two guys, clean athletes, and they willing to push the sport forward and take a risk. Devin Haney is willing to fight dangerous as Brian Norman, even after getting cheated by Ryan. You get what I'm saying? Moving up to his division. This is going to be his first fight at a full-fledged 147 pounds, right? The weight limit. You fighting a legit champion, a traveling champion that's getting better. We using the wrong shit to push the fight. And I get it. Negativity sells faster than positivity. But a lot of that negativity is bullshit. And that's why I can't rock with it. We willing to drag a man's name for nothing. For no reason, no proof, no evidence, no reason to suspect. Get what I'm saying? Brian Norman been punching hard, man. He been punching hard. You get what I'm saying? Sensaki went in there, balls to the wall, all gas, no brakes, and he F around and found out the hard way that Brian Norman ain't nothing to play with. That's all that was. And I think that should have happened to a lot of guys that they went in there trying to go balls to the walls. He was cool, calm, composed. He picked the right shots at the right time, and he slept that man. Let's leave it at that. It was a legit, clean win over there in Japan where y'all keep talking about how it wasn't no drug testing and do your homework. It was some confusion on if it was no drug testing. They were saying that it was no drug testing. Come to find out that it was. And most championship fights, if not all, have drug testing, including that one. So we don't got no reason to be thinking that this dude's running around here cheating, man. He not. Shout out to my brother Mike Kirk. How you feeling, bro? Always good to see you. Big shout out to Mike Kirkland for the 20-piece set for calling it straight, even though we got our favorites. That's a fact, bro. And we could have favorites, but as long as the sport, you hold the sport even over your favorite fighter, I think you're going to always be good. And I always try to make sure I do that. Got a favorite fighter, but it's the sport over any one individual fight. And I think that this moment right here with Norman and Haney is a teachable moment too. Put the sport, you got two fighters that put the sport, you get what I'm saying, over the bullshit. And I think you could support it. You get what I'm saying? You got two guys that is young, hungry, jumped in the game real young, had to get it out the mud through take the Mexico route, fought and so, you know, the smaller shows, all of that shit is getting it out the mud. And now y'all both to a point where y'all got y'all sons being able to share the stage together to see who's the better fighter. It's so much good shit that they can use to promote this fight. And I think they missing it because they've been kind of drowned out with this fucking VADA talk. I hate this stuff, bro. Everybody, I get it. A lot of people are cheating, but case by case basis with me, bro. You ain't got no sneaky suspicion. If a guy performances ain't looking abnormal, you get what I'm saying? All this different shit. Like guys ain't in there looking like a damn cyborg and superhuman. I'm not just going to be placing jackets on people, like I said, because guys running around here paranoid. Everybody not cheating. I know that might sound crazy, but everybody ain't cheating. Brian Norman just make me, I had a chance to talk to him more than one occasion. He just remind me of a guy that is going to put that work in and go put that pain in you. That's what he did. He going to do it the right way. Whatever it is you say he can't do, that's what he going to go work on. And he going to get better at it because of it. That's the right kind of fighter. That's the dude that you get behind. And even if you don't think you're gonna win the fight, you still get behind him as a fighter. He still deserves the support. Don't matter if you think Haney gonna outbox him or not. He ain't did one thing within the sport of boxing that should make you not support him as a fan of the sport first. So again, shout out to Team Norman, shout out to Team Haney. Only thing I don't like is the, yeah, we got like a meaningful, dangerous matchup being drowned out with tabloid shit like VADA testing and all this BS. So I ain't with it. I'm glad that he went on the Porterway podcast and he said he agreed to everything. Jay submitted his paperwork, so he on board. So like I said, we look like we got to fight, because it was some talk about them not pursuing this fight if he didn't agree to do the VADA testing. So I'm glad that's water under the bridge and they can just move
and
forward.
we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Mike Kirkland, much love, bro. Appreciate all the support, fam. Much love. Platt Boy, what it do? Butchery said they want to get out the fight. It was seeming like it though. I ain't gonna lie. It's a move to show dominance, and they won. Nah, I mean, look, I can't tell you how you see it, William. I hear you, but for me, Tenacity Boxing was good, homie. I think ultimately it's Brian Norman proving to them, like, all right, man, this shit is annoying. I was planning on going on vacation, but all right, you know what? This is the game y'all play. This is what I'm on. I think I'll just give you something else to think about. That could very well be the case, but another thing you should consider is Brian Norman as a fighter is exactly who we think he is. And any little doubt that anybody had creeping in their mind thinking he wasn't going to agree to the testing, now it could all be put to bed, because he willing to do whatever he can on his end to secure this fight. He said they ain't getting up out of this fight. You get me? So that's just something else that you could consider. You know what I'm saying? As soon as Shakur Kazani, they're going to say, yeah, man, get rid of Eddie. He got you beat. He got you beat by Shakur. I'm telling you, Brian handled Devin bodyguard well. I'm telling you, with that hip toss, didn't he, Foxy? That hip toss, notified. That's crazy, man. Oh, no. You didn't miss it. I didn't make it back on. Baby Dude had us in the headlock. But I'm gonna see if I don't get off here too late. I'm gonna try for a pop-up tonight too, because there's a lot of stuff to talk about. 815, what it do, homie? How you feeling? Am I getting beat for sure? Yeah. So look, I think that's what Brian Norman did. By him, agreeing, you could say, yeah, they was trying to assert dominance and they won. But that's not really no win. The real win is securing that bag, and that's what Brian Norman is doing as a young 23-year-old fighter, a young world champion, and he understands the magnitude of the fight, and I think what could come from beating a guy like Devin Haney and having a title defense over accomplished young, 2-division world champion, being a guy that really put a L on his record, officially doing it the right way. I think Brian Norman understands the assignment. I think so much so that he's putting in every bit of necessary work, especially from talking to my guy. I hear Brian Norman putting in dog work, and he hear the little shit that you're saying he can't do, and he putting the work in because of it. And I just think we're gonna get a good fight. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get a good fight. And I think the only way we don't get a good fight is if Haney is not like himself. If he comes out and does a Jose Ramirez part 2, his stock is in trouble. Win, lose, or draw. I don't think he could afford that kind of performance and exist at the top of 147. I think it'll be extremely difficult, but I'm rooting for both guys to make it to the ring healthy. I just want to see a good fight between the two. And like I said, man, may the best man win. Whoever that happens to be, so be it. Let's see it, man. I just think the fight, that's why I felt it was a mind game. Nah, William, you could be spot on, bro. I see over here, I ain't gonna tell you wrong because you got an opinion, and I could see why you would think that it is a mental game, and maybe they could feel like they're getting the edge. Yeah, we made them do more testing, and they ain't want to do it. But I'll say this, William. I think it was Sean Porter saying that this stuff is like for the cameras and for people that don't know, no matter what it was agreed on, the testing ain't gonna start till a certain time anyway. So a lot of this shit just was for nothing. You get me? So, you know what I'm saying? It's just a way to look at it. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's gonna be no foul play in this fight. I don't. You know, my question is, how much of Devin Haney is he gonna beat Devin Haney come fight night, right? And that means taking chances, standing his ground, using that jab consistently, creating his openings, using that right hand. He can go out there and be his 100% self. I think we could get one of the best fights at welterweight that we didn't expect to get. Because I don't think people could say they expected Brian Norman and Devin Haney, especially if we fighting in 2025. Nobody, if I would have came and told y'all last year that this was going to be a fight this year, you'd probably tell me I was tripping. So, I mean, this is a good fight, man. Norman bringing. It's possible, bro. It's possible, Mike. I'm telling you, because dealing with that is another thing. Like, you got to deal with it for a real 47-pounder, a legit 47-pounder. And y'all already calling him little. So it's crazy because y'all were calling him little. But then y'all was quick to make it seem like he had something to hide because he didn't want to, just do what you said do. Yeah. Oh, for sure. Well, the fight, for sure. I give Devin some breathing room to say that he was using that fight to bounce back and make it to the next fight, right? I think that was a real possibility. You know what I'm saying? Jordan, what it do, homie? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Dev definitely, he left a lot of he left a lot of meat on the bone in them rounds. He left a lot to be desired. And he left that fight with a lot of questions still looming that needs to be answered. And I figure Brian Norman is the fight where it's gonna answer them questions, but it's gonna be dangerous. That shit is not gonna be that shit is not gonna be easy for him at all. John just send this text. All right, back to it. So yeah, we'll see, man. Norman is coming off some of the best wins of his career. Devin Haney is coming off a win, but one of the most shakiest wins, the shakiest win of his career. So you got contrasting styles. You got different points in their careers. Devin Haney is coming off a performance that like that ain't nothing to write home about, right? Like he's seen better performances, better days. But Brian Norman is coming off of, multiple, of the best performances he had as a professional, as a young champion. And I think traveling to Japan, it just grows your confidence significantly as a fighter. It just lets you know you can travel anywhere and beat these guys. And when all of the whole crowd against you, even when you got one of the biggest names in boxing in terms of the little guys, Naoya Monster Inoue sitting ringside, rooting for Sasaki, hoping that he knock you out. You go and knock him out, and you force everybody in Japan that night to respect you. You know what I'm saying? Brian Norman, the story he built, I think is epic, man. So you will only root for that as a fight fan. You want to see how far he can take it. I want to see if Devin Haney can bounce back from the shit that he went through with Ryan Garcia, getting cheated, the shaky win, but good performance against Ramirez, right? I want to see if he can bounce back. You know what I'm saying? And then what better way to answer these questions than against each other? Can Brian Norman be the boxer that can move, box, stay sharp, and former 2-division world champion, right? Could he be the guy as accomplished as Devin Haney with the kind of experience that he got? His questions that answer there, right? Or is he gonna be flat-footed? Is his feet gonna be too slow? Is Devin Haney gonna be too elusive, right? He's gonna be too smart, too much experience. Like, these questions matter, but they're gonna get answered come November 22nd, man. That shit ain't gonna be easy for neither man. I don't anticipate it being easy, but I just hope they don't underprepare. I hope they don't go in there really thinking Brian Norman's slow and ain't got feet. I think that could be a mistake. I really think they've been studying the wrong person, or they listening to what other people say without doing the homework. I've spoken to guys that have been in the ring with him, and that's definitely not what they say. He don't have slow feet, and he's just not some flat-footed guy that don't know how to cut the ring off. So might be a big miscalculation on behalf of the people, man. I think they might be overlooking some things with B. Norman. And I get it. With some of the fights, a lot of the fights, most of his fights, you probably didn't see. But I think he's just been constantly building up into a point like this. And it could be no better time. Like, this is a risky time for Devin Haney to take this fight. Let's be clear. It's risky for Brian because he's young and up and coming, right? And, you know, you got Devin Haney feeling like he levels above him. And he going to do X, Y, and Z to him. So we're going to get into it because they both did little videos with the Ring magazine. And they talk. So we're going to get into that. And we're going to get into a couple more things. And I know I was muted. My bad. I respect Devin and Bill for taking this fight, knowing that it's a risky jump. You know, this is a big risk, man. It's not going to be no easy fight. That's why I say I think some of the paranoia naturally kind of came out with the take more drug tests and stuff. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so either. I think it'd be stupid. I don't think they're in a position, William, to take people lightly. And I always looked at Devin Haney, Team Haney, as a smart team. They smart. They're not stupid, so they can talk how they want, but they're going to go in there and put the necessary work in to try to get this win. I just think Brian Norman could end up being a bit different than what they anticipated. Like, dude, really improving talent. I can't stress that enough. So let me play what Dev had to say first. Then I'll play champs. Let me get to it. Let's get to it.
Challenge of Brian Norman Jr.
I'm excited for to be 3-division champion. You know, God willing. Brian Norman, he's just another opponent, just another stepping stone. But I'm excited. He's the best guy in the 147-pound division. So when I beat him, that makes me the best.
Mm-hmm. You know, as of late, he's collected a lot of highlight reel knockouts, the one of Santidon and the most recent one of Jinta Saki. From your point of view, have you been impressed with Norman Jr. and his performances and his knockouts?
He's put on good performances, but he's put on performances against guys we've never heard of. I don't know not one person on his resume. You know, we know that Top Rank has the best matchmakers in the game, and they've shown that time and time again. And I think that's what his resume shows. You know, he shows that, guys that he's been supposed to knock out, he's supposed to do that too. He's been doing it.
So for yourself, you don't really...
Real quick, man, I just wanted to touch on something, man. A lot of fighters always talk about the matchmakers, and they when they bring it up, they speak on it like it's a bad thing to a degree. Like, oh, you got matchmakers, they just put them in there with a bunch of guys that's supposed to be a knockout. Nah, man, Dad, respect to what you saying, but you might not know. And I don't expect you to because you're a fighter. You got your whole career. You're not studying it how we do. We talk about it, so we supposed to know. He wasn't put in there with a bunch of guys that he was supposed to beat. As a matter of fact, Santion, wasn't he the underdog there in his backyard and they expect him to lose? He knocked his ass out, sparked him. They was thinking Derek Quavers was going to get something off on him too. Sparked him. You know what I mean? People thought him traveling to Japan over there with Sensaki being a strong guy. He had a chance of getting upset and stopped him as well. So, in these last particular fights, these last most recent fights, people have been counting Brian Norman out. I've been here for it. I've seen the different things that people been saying in the chat. And this is why I'm a big advocate for fighters win, lose, or draw. People didn't even have to see this man lose, and it was writing them all. I remember people typing in my chat, "Yo, just do Brian Norman ain't it, man. I don't know, man. I don't think he ain't it, man. He ain't all that." And now you don't see people typing that shit. Now you see people giving him his credit because they woke up. He had to prove it to y'all more than once. So I think he deserves all the credit that he's been getting from the ones that have been paying attention and seeing him even when he was laying the groundwork way before he became champion. He counted this man out. He continued to count wrong. He proved y'all wrong time and time again. And now he here in one of the biggest fight of his career against Devin the Dream Haney. I can't wait to see this shit in November.
Read too much into it because you know what boxing fans are like. A few knockouts, people get excited. You know, this is the new guy.
Yeah, no, for sure. You're supposed to be excited. I'm not saying that he's not a power puncher. I'm not saying he doesn't hit hard. He's not strong. I definitely think that he's all that, but against the right guys.
Albeit you are the challenger, do you feel like there's a pressure on yourself when people expect certain things for yourself from you?
No, I mean, I've been here for a while now. I'm young, but I'm the young OG. So I've been doing this for a while now at the highest level. So it's just another title, another opponent for me, and yeah.
You mentioned there about yourself being young, and you were thrown onto the world stage at early on in your career. Albeit young, you still feel like you got.
Right. That's why I say a lot of times, Cal, when these guys be talking, they don't be considering what they had to get through and how matchmaking worked in their favor. They can point it out. It's only a very small percentage, Cal, of fighters that can talk about matchmaking and really have a leg to stand on. Guys that got it out the mud, got it tough. And even them guys get overlooked and slighted. Cool Boy Steph is one of them. Marquise Teller is another one. Those guys fought several fighters with O's and beat them, and they get overlooked because they're not knockout artists. You get what I'm saying? Marquise Teller, you see him get a viral knockout a couple weekends ago in that Dog City event, and people starting to open their eyes up to him ever since that Yo Elvis went for him. So it's just crazy how people highlight matchmakers only for other guys, but they don't never, take into account how matchmakers aid their careers and helping them get to where they at. Having great matchmakers is not a bad thing. Got to educate people. Like, matchmaking is a part of the sport because that's how you grow and nurture the talent. If you just putting guys in there with killer after killer, well, a lot of these superstars that we see today probably wouldn't even be superstars. Matter of fact, I'm willing to bet money that they wouldn't be. You get me? John's been proving me wrong. Yeah, but sometimes it's good to be proven wrong in the sport of boxing, Mike. You know what I mean? Some of the stuff we think, and they show us it's the other way. You know what I mean? We think one way, and they show us that they better than what we think. That's always good. I like to be proven wrong in that way.
So much left in the game. How do you feel like that experience that you've had so far has shaped you now? I guess the man you are, but especially in your career too.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's made me the fighter that I am today. From my experience, from me sharing the rings with the best of the best fighters, guys like Loma, legends of the game. It'll just show that, this is my first time that I'm fighting a guy that's younger than me, that I got more experience than, that I'm. So, it will show just how much levels I am above him.
In terms of the
Yeah, he feel like I remember he was saying this stuff with Ryan Garcia too. So I'm not knocking Devin. He's supposed to feel and say exactly what he's saying. You feel like you levels above, Brian Norman didn't say that, but I just these levels is just sometimes I just think people add these imaginary levels that's not there. Like, for them to be levels and levels apart from each other, I think Brian Norman wouldn't be able to consider him good the way I think people do for the ones that have been watching, right? Still not even at his absolute best, I don't think. So I don't know if you're levels and levels above him because you thought you was levels and levels above Ryan. Now, we know he cheated, but y'all had 12 rounds that played out a certain way where it clearly dictated to us that you wasn't levels and levels above him the way you thought. So I think it's similar with, Brian Norman. I just think fighters are come accustomed to always saying that they're levels above somebody and they're going to do this and that. But he get an opportunity to show it. If he shows us all that he's levels and levels above, definitely going to give him his credit for it. But it's interesting that he pointed out that this is the first time he fights somebody younger than him, that he got more experience than. So let's see if this work out. Let's see if this fight, his experience that he's gained with some, fights, obviously with the Lomas, the Regises, and any other title fight, the Camboses fights, traveling over to Australia. Let's see if he's able to take them experiences into the ring against Brian Norman and it help guide him to a victory. Let's see. B. Norman, best assets in the ring. He said it. He said it well. I think timing. I think he got really, really good timing. His composure, his comfortability, and his ability to learn. Whatever people will tell you Brian Norman is not good at. So I think he can adapt well, bro. And I think he can add to his game, timing, his composure, I think, and decision making, bro. I think that's really, obviously power jump out at you, but like his mental approach, I think he's a little bit wise beyond his years, if I could say that. Because he's 23, but you feel like he's been here longer than what you get me? So it's like he definitely got some definitely good traits about him. think he got good vision too. Timing, obviously the power. You know what I mean? I think his feet are underrated.
Competition you faced, where do you think Norman Jr. ranks?
I don't know. I got to share the ring with him. I can't say. I don't know. I don't know how good he is, but like I said, he's done what he was supposed to do against the guys that they put in front of him. You know, I'm on a whole different level. I've been at this level since I was 20, 21 years old. So this is nothing new for me. This is new for him. This is his big moment. This is his first time at the top. I've been here.
Do you think that could be too much for him then?
No, it will be. It will be too much. You know, against a guy like me. You know, like I said, I'm going to show that I'm levels above him. I've been fighting these guys at the top level, the best of the best fighters in the world for some time now. He hasn't. I'm the first guy at the top that he's fought. Other than that, like I said, I genuinely don't know not one person that he's beat. I don't know not one person. I don't even think you know. Yeah. You tell me. Do you know? Not name somebody.
Giovanni Santillan.
I don't even know who that is.
Jin Sasaki.
I don't know who he is neither. I swear, I don't know. But
those are the two biggest wins I'll say of his career.
We know.
I'm sure you probably.
The thing is, resumes don't win fights. I gotta stop getting in these interviews talking about I don't know nobody he fought, and then he get in there and fight you and smoke you. Like you said, you just the first time you fighting somebody that's younger, where you got more experience. Like think about that. You fought a lot of guys that was older than you. You ain't fought a whole lot of top guys either, respectfully. Loma. That's why when he speak about it, he say Loma, and that's it. Yeah, you want to call Kambosos a top guy, have at it. But the problem is these guys that you fought were small guys. Brian Norman will smoke all of them guys that you fought. Not respect to everybody on your resume. Not one of them will beat Brian Norman, and I think he will stop most, if not all of them. You get me? That's all. That's what you got to ask yourself, like top guys compared to who? He'll smoke those little guys that you've been fighting. That's why now you in his weight class. I think the experience that he got traveling, being an underdog, winning in people's backyards, that shit is a lot of experience, man. Devin Haney, he traveled to Australia twice, traveled to somebody backyard, but this little ass Kambosos like Brian Norman to punch him out the ring. He'd punch Loma ass out the ring. Who else? Jojo Diaz, punch him out the ring. Regis Prograis, no disrespect, he don't make it out the fight with him. He don't go 12 rounds with him, in my opinion, right? So I get it, man, but they be giving themselves credit for fighters like that's not on no crazy ass level. You got some notable wins, but none of those guys that are notable beats a Brian Norman. And that's the thing. We seen how you look respectfully when you fought somebody your size, where you wasn't bigger than them, way younger than them. You get what I'm saying? You wasn't stronger. You didn't have the physical advantages. This shit got ugly. So Brian Norman presents some of the same issues that Ryan Garcia presents, but with more discipline, dedication, focus, commitment to the sport. He's a dog in there. Get what I'm saying? Power in both hands. More wrinkles to his game. He got more IQ. He can be flat-footed, obviously, when he's setting on his punches, but the man can move. He's not Ryan Garcia in there. And even Ryan Garcia, who he said had bad feet and was C-level, and he was so many levels above, that was proven to be false. So I think this is fool's gold with Brian Norman, bro. Don't go in there thinking you just so much better, or maybe you supposed to think that. I don't know, but don't think you so much better than him to the point where you overlook what he's capable of doing. That's a young, hungry dude, and he's not trying to give his belt up to you, bro. He know what's at stake if he get you up out of there. Telling you, you're gonna have bragging rights forever, man. He knock you out.
You watch boxing more than me, maybe. Or maybe it's your job to know.
Yeah. I should have named more, but yeah. I guess
do you know who has Devin Haney fought? Let's hear it.
Vasily Lomachenko, Regis Prograis, Ryan Garcia, Jose Ramirez. I feel I'm missing George Kambosos times two. Which this is something we're going to get onto.
Jojo Diaz.
Yeah, but that's my point. You making my point. Jojo Diaz will get punched out the ring by Brian Norman. Bro, Kambosos punched out the ring by Brian Norman. Lomachenko punched out the ring by Brian Norman. And Regis, I love him, but he don't make it 12 rounds respectfully with Brian Norman with what I've been seeing. So that's why none of that shit matters. I'm talking about a whole nother weight class. I can see if these guys you were naming was at 147 pounds. That's not the case. You knew. So you might think in terms of namesake, this is the first time you've been on the stage, but this is a real threat. Somebody, a legit 47-pounder. So it's some difficulties and challenges that you up against too going in there. You think you're gonna be able to take your resume that you compiled at 135 pounds and the win that you got at 140 and just take that into the fight with you and I'm gonna beat Brian Norman because I fought a bunch of smaller guys than him. Nah, bro. Hell no. Hell no. And the skill is not, the separation in skill is not significant enough where it's levels and levels. Like we heard this before. That shit is like, nah. The last guy you told me that was levels, wasn't on your level and was C level and bad feet, that shit ain't go well. And we get it, he cheated. I always got to say that. But still in all, we had 12 rounds for you to show how many levels you was above him, and that never happened. Cat, what's good with it, bro? JoJo the only one? Only tough with Kid. I'm telling you, he tough. See what it do, fam. Getting up for the moment is where it's at for me. Yeah, you got to get up for the moment. You got to perform on the night. Resumes just don't win fights, especially when all those guys you naming are smaller, much smaller than the guy that you mentioned. It's crazy.
You can go
Jorge
Linares. You know, we can go on and on.
Jorge Linares get punched out
well,
the ring
that was what I was something going to touch on to in a bit. But just firstly, touch on the decision to move to 147 as well. A new weight for yourself. I guess how do you feel there and competing at that weight now and just putting super lightweight behind you? I guess you could say.
I feel good. Obviously, I haven't done the exact fight yet at 147. My last fight was at a catch weight, and I feel great. I made the weight super easy, and you know, this fight I'll be feeling even better. I feel like I'll be much stronger, and won't have to focus on weight. You know, last camp I felt like that, but this camp I feel even better.
Yeah, do you feel like that is a big part?
I'll be more of my natural self.
That's what I mean. Do you feel like there's a more part of your game where, you know, on a fight week or even in the lead up to a fight, you aren't having to like have that fight with the scales in a sense as well?
Yeah, my last fight was like that, and this fight will be even more. Like I said, it'll be more of my natural, me and my natural self, my natural walk around weight, rather than losing a lot of weight and then trying to put on a lot of weight to hydrate up because my body's so depleted. It'll be more me just being my natural weight in the ring.
Well, we just listed the resume there, and you know, Norman Jr. He's another guy that would be a big name in your resume. I wanted you to talk about your mentality that there isn't many guys like yourself who, no matter who it is, you're ready to take the challenge.
When I beat him, they wouldn't be like another big name on my resume. It was gonna be a guy. Oh, they're gonna say, oh, he was supposed to do that. He was supposed to beat him. They're gonna say all these same things that I'm saying now. They're gonna say then.
But what is it about your mentality that you constantly want to push for the biggest?
Real quick, I don't feel like I'm going to this fight feeling like either guy is supposed to beat the other guy. I feel like it's a competitive fight to a degree on paper. I just don't know what to think about how Devin Haney is going to choose to fight him. If I knew for a fact that he's just going to be the Devin Haney I know him to be at 100%, we got a scrap. But if he pull that Ramirez shit, we're in trouble for a lackluster fight. And I think that's a very risky approach. I think either approach is risky. Standing your ground, taking chances in fight is risky. Brian Norman got the slightly longer arms. He got speed, got power in both hands. He got a crazy left hand, and he's right-handed. Let that sink in. You got your work cut out for you, and I do think he's a athletic guy that people are overlooking the feet. I don't know why they think he got really bad feet. Maybe I got it wrong, but I don't see it. Yeah.
Challenges no matter
because
what
they make a new person every day. So it's always a young, hungry guy coming up, and you know they're saying that this is the new challenge. And right now he's the new challenge. He's a new guy. So now knock him off, and then it'll be somebody new. So it's part of it.
Do you want the credit for your resume?
Of course, yeah. No, I mean, my resume speaks for itself. You know, I feel like the world gives me my credit for my resume. They know that I've been there with the best of the best. They know I never ducked no fights, and I always wanted to fight the best fighters in the world. And you know, I've shown that at 140, Regis Prograis was arguably the best guy at 140. I go up to 147, taking on arguably now that Boots left, the best guy at 147.
Yeah. And, when you look in the mirror and you look at yourself, you can talk it, but doing it as well, how much confidence do you feel like, and how much sort of do you look at yourself? Does it give confidence knowing that no matter what I say, I back it up, unlike others?
No, I don't have to say anything. You can look. The proof is in the pudding. You can look at my body of work. You can look at the names. Look at the fights the people that I fought. So I can say what I want to say. But all these other guys, they say it, but they don't have the resume to show it. My resume actually shows it.
Looking back now on the Jose Ramirez fight, I think it's fair to say, look, there was criticism for yourself from that fight, from your performance.
Yeah.
Was that frustrating to deal with? Was that hard to deal with, would you say?
No, it comes with it. First they say, oh, he gets hit with left hands. He repeatedly gets hit with left hands. I fought Regis Prograis, I didn't get hit with one left hand. Then they say, oh, he gets hit with left hooks. He's a sucker for a left hook. Then I go inside the Ramirez fight and I don't get hit with no left hooks. Then they say, oh, well, he's running. So it's they always gonna say something. But like I said, I just got to keep beating whoever they put in front of me, and they're gonna keep making new guys and just keep lining them up.
Yeah, it was an observation that was made by Anthony Joshua after the Andy Ruiz fight that since then he's been gun shy, and I think people made that observation about yourself after the Garcia.
I think what you're saying is so important. I think it's very important to look directly at the attributes and qualities of opponents and the time that they're being fought, as opposed to just the name itself, right? And I think you're able to discover a bit more about the matchups in the fighters when you go past the surface, right? Just looking at the name is like surface level. Oh, that's a name. And you see how he called Regis Prograis the best guy at 140 when he fought him. He wasn't the best at 140. He was looked at as one of the best. I can't say that, but undoubtedly the best. No. Is he the most dangerous fight at 140? No. Brian Norman looks like the most dangerous fight for him at 47 right now, currently, especially when it comes to champions. So we're going to see how much he's up for this challenge, but I just hope he understands them guys that he beat at 35. Little guys, I don't think they do much with Brian.
Fight, especially the Ramirez. How would you respond to the critics of people that would say that you are gun shy?
Like I said, they're gonna say something regardless. So, if I went in there and I got hit with a bunch of left hooks, they're gonna say, "Oh, he didn't learn. He didn't learn nothing.
Yeah.
He's getting hit with the same punch." Or if I go in there and I get hit with all right hands, they're gonna say, "Oh, well, he got hit with all. He now he's a sucker for right hand." So they're gonna say something regardless.
I agree.
They're gonna.
You're right. They would.
They make up stuff to say.
So with that, would you say I don't really care about what people like? Do you care about what people like? Do you put much into it?
At the end of the day, I just want to be the best me. And November 22nd, I want to be the best Devin Haney possible. I want to go in there and become 3-division champion, inshallah, and get another victory.
Away from that, I did want to ask you, because I haven't had a chance to yet, we know that there was talk of a Teofimo Lopez fight potentially in August. That didn't come to fruition. I'm sure your side, you was all ready for that, but it seemed like on the other side it weren't the case. I guess what was the deal with that from your point of view with TEO?
Listen, at the end of the day, my side, I agreed on everything on my side. I signed everything. The ball was in TEO's hands to do the same thing, and he did it. Simple as that.
Was it?
All facts. Ant McQueen and getting dropped in the gym multiple times. Man, the co-main event fighter got his promotional logo on the banner. It's crazy. That's dope. Yeah, so that's a fact, bro. And he had tough times in the gym too, so it was wild.
Was that frustrating for yourself?
No, I mean, we're just like, all right, boom, now we on to the next. He talked all this, called me out multiple times, and then when it came time to actually do it, he reneged. So, now then it was like, okay, Brian Garcia was out, Tszyu was out. Now who was next? Who was the next best guy that I could that I could fight? Yeah. And we reached out. Well, they came with boots in us. We said yeah. We said let's do it, but we want to do it at 147. They came back with 152. I'm like, why would I fight at 152? I never even fought at 147. No, we can do it at 147 or not. Yeah. So then he moved up or whatever, and then
I get that too. The boost fight, I just I ain't gonna put too much into that because I didn't think that was ever gonna happen. And look, these fighters and these teams be knowing shit the same way we be knowing, man. People within the circles knew Boost is moving up. it's easy to ask for a fight at a weight class when you know a guy is moving up. Look, Devin has shown that he'll fight him. He'll get in there and fight. I'm not knocking him, but just don't think it was no real energy behind no fight, no boots in this, man. That's just me.
Ryan Norman.
Yeah. And you mentioned about Garcia there, and obviously there was that night in May where it seemed like, you know, it was all set for yourself to both to have a rematch. On his end, obviously lost to Rolly Romero. When you're sitting there ringside and you're watching that, you know, how are you feeling when you're seeing sort of a big fight of yourself almost slip away, I guess?
Yeah, no, I mean, I was disappointed in Ryan a bit because everything was signed for us to fight. You know, everything was just that was just supposed to be a easy night for him, for us to get, you know, to get it on and, you know, put all the talk, everything to bed and figure out what it really was. So I was anxious for that fight. I was thinking about that fight all through training camp. I was thinking about that fight, but it didn't happen. And I think it'll happen. I would think it will happen in the future, though.
Yeah, I was like, do you think it's still there, that fight, the rematch?
Yeah, I think eventually, yeah.
Did you want to as well?
Did y'all hear that? Let me run this back a little bit. Listen to what Devin just said.
Everything was just that was just supposed to be a easy night for him, for us to get, you know, to get it on and, you know, put all the talk, everything to bed and figure out what it really was. So I was anxious for that fight. I was thinking about that fight all through training camp. I was thinking about that fight, but it didn't happen. And
did y'all hear what he said? All through training camp, he was thinking about Ryan Garcia. So when you hear me say I thought he fought in a way that would pretty much damn near guarantee him getting that rematch, that's what I think. He said he thought about him all training camp. And he fought like it. He fought like, bro, I'm getting Ryan Garcia. This fight, I'm telling you, I'm stuck on that. I think Devin Haney got more to offer. I think he's still closer to himself than what people might realize. I'm not saying he all the way back, but I'm gonna say he closer to himself than what people give him credit for, you know? So we'll see. But anytime you think about another man all training camp, that fight is on your mind, the next fight. And he fought like it. He fought like, bro, I'm getting to that next fight. You get what I'm saying? Oh, shit, my bad, y'all.
That makes me the best.
You know, as of late, he's collected a lot of highlight reel knockouts, the one of Santiago and the most recent one of Jinta Saki. From your point of view, have you been impressed with Norman Jr. and his performances and his knockouts?
I mean, yeah, no, he's put on good performances, but he's put on performances against guys we've never heard of. I don't know not one person on his resume. You know, we know that Top Rank has the best matchmakers in the game, and they've shown that time and time again. And I think that's what his resume shows. You know, he shows that, you know, guys that he's been supposed to knock out, he's supposed to do that too. He's been doing it.
So for yourself, you don't really read too much into it because you know what boxing fans are like. A few knockouts, people get excited. You know, this is the new guy.
Yeah, no, for sure. You're supposed to be excited. I'm not saying that he's not a power puncher. I'm not saying he doesn't hit hard. He's not strong. I definitely think that he's all that, but against the right guys.
Albeit you are the challenger.
I get what he's saying. He feel like, look, Brian Norman has been looking against a certain level of opposition. With him, he feel like he's levels above any opposition or any opponent that Norman Jr. has faced up until this point. And as the fighter, he's supposed to feel that way. It's up for Brian Norman to remind him that he got it all wrong. We gonna see. You know, a lot of times these fighters get themselves credit for being on these levels. I always say these imaginary levels. They all think they so much higher than the competition, but they not. You know what I mean? You know, when you get to that certain level, when you get to the top of the sport, it's a matter of inches, bro. You get what I'm saying? Guys ain't light years above each other. World-class fighters and world-class fighters, they're not light years above each other. So I think Brian Norman is working himself into that space. You know what I mean? Solidifying himself into that space. Devin Haney has solidified himself into that space, has fallen out of that space, and now is looking to get all the way back there. He still got to be looked at as one of the top fighters. He doesn't have a loss. He got cheated by Ryan. So, like I said, there's so many reasons that I want to see this fight. I can't wait for it, man. But let's hear what B. Norman had to say. He lost to Ryan, showing to get back and even more. And took an L. Nah, he ain't take an L. Ryan really took the L. Ryan really took the L. Yeah, Devin Haney got dragged. His career going to forever be affected off that, but Ryan Garcia cheated. We don't get to give Ryan Garcia a win that he didn't earn fair and square. It was changed to no contest. He wanted to win back. He went out there and did everything he was supposed to do against Ramirez to secure the rematch. It was Ryan Garcia who fumbled the bag and looked like a shell of himself, who looked like a man without his secret serum. You know what I'm saying? So Devin Haney is doing what he's supposed to be doing. The reason that you're not seeing a rematch is not because of Devin Haney, and he ain't even the one that cheated. So it's Ryan Garcia that you should have the energy with, not Devin Haney. Devin Haney said and did everything he was supposed to do to get that rematch. He beat the guy on the comeback. And it's simple and plain. Yeah, you could keep saying you saw what you saw, but you also seen Ryan get outboxed by Rolly after popping hot for PED tests and looking like a drastically different fighter. You've seen that too, right? Because you've seen that more recently. I know you've seen that more recently. So who really looking like the broken fighter or the shell of himself? Is it Ryan or is it Devin? Ryan, the drug cheat. Now let's keep going. Oh man. Yeah. I'm gonna say this one time. Let me make this clear one time. Whatever your name is, just filming. Really,
dude, I'm loving it.
You gotta stop. You gotta stop. I know somebody that know Ryan Garcia's dealer. Don't come in here telling me he ain't cheat. He 100% cheated. It wasn't nothing to do with notifying. No, the dude is a drug cheat. I know somebody that's seen the picture with him in it with the drugs. It's nothing I'm guessing. He's 100% a cheat. So to say that he didn't cheat is wild. It's wild. To say Ryan Garcia didn't cheat when he, in fact, failed multiple drug tests is wild. The man cheated. He's a cheater, bro. Trey Titan would it do. But you did. Let's get back to this cook, y'all. I know what he's trying to do.
It's funny because, like I told you, a few years ago, everyone was talking about you as a big prospect. Then they got a little quiet. And then people were kind of overlooking you, right? When you fought Giovanni Santian, you knocked him out. That was a bloody fight. You arrived on the stage. Now you're a champion. And then you go to Tokyo, which is a boxing hotbed, and you scored what's I think the front runner for knockout of the year right now against Jin Sasaki. Has it kind of, I know you've been working hard for a long, long time, obviously with your dad, Brian Norman Sr., but does it feel like now you're kind of getting the success quickly that you deserve?
I mean, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm just knocking names off this, I'm dropping bodies, and I'm making highlights day in and day out. So I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do, going into the gym, doing this and doing that, coming in front of you.
I gotta say this, yo. Every day I come up here, I tell the truth. I give people even information that they don't have, and they will still try to argue it. It's sad. I didn't get hit with the Ostarine left hooks. I don't have to cope. I wasn't getting my ass beat. And then again, shit, hell with that. I'll trade that places with Devin Haney for that check he made that night. Go ahead, Ryan. Go ahead and juice up off Ostarine. Go ahead and give me that bag of it. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you were in here championing and speaking positively about a cheater over a clean athlete says everything I need to know. I'm definitely not reading no more of your comments. You strange guy. Let's get back to this stuff. We in the home stretch, y'all. Hit the like button, turn them notifications on, support the build, man.
These might, talk my talk real quick. So, shoot, I feel like it's well earned to me.
What was the experience like in Tokyo? Because that's one of the best boxing markets in the world. You fought a name over there. It was a spectacular knockout, and we know how big that is for boxing fans.
I mean, I loved it out there. It was a blessing to go out there. First of all, shout out to Mr. Honda for bringing me out there as well. But the whole trip was just amazing. Of course, I was locked in, so I couldn't really have as much fun as I wanted. But just simply walking to the store, I could see a big old difference. No trash on the sidewalks, no anything. Everybody respectful. Everybody real quiet and humble. Very honorable to be out there. So now, that's with me being who I am, guard being locked in. Then you got this one behind the camera, y'all can't see it. My pops or whatever. He was having the whole field day. He was like a little kid out there. Today we went to the store and oh my God, you should have seen it. Like they had fruit snacks, Takis, like you had to see him. But no, he was having a field day, but I was locked in on my mission.
What was your best experience over there outside of the fight? You get to see some cool anime stuff, some sushi.
Yeah, actually one dude he pulled up on me, he gave me a little gift. It was about anime. I can't remember the name of it, but it got Gojo in it. Dang, I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, he gave me a gift, and I appreciate that. Every time I came to the gym, every day I came, I was working hard. So every day I came, everybody in there, you just see them upping it just a little bit more, upping it just a little bit more. So I
Yo,
love that.
love this shit, bro. I
Champion
love
was in the
seeing
building,
him
and they was
laugh,
acting
yo.
like a champion
Love
was in the building. They was trying,
seeing
up
enjoying
themselves
it,
as
bro.
well. So it was nothing but love
One
out there all
box
day
to
long.
another, man.
And how is Jin doing? Have you checked on him?
Yeah, actually, we hit each other up. If not the night of the fight, the very next morning. But we DM'd each other. He said he cool. He just gave me salutes on the fight. I gave him salutes on the fights. Just chatted up for a quick little minute. But actually, he said he would like to join me account. Sadly, I can't add him to this count, looking at the opponent that I'm fighting. But maybe in future counts we can make that happen.
Yeah, and the opponent you're fighting, obviously, this is going to be the toughest opponent of your career on paper. Devin Haney is very accomplished, pound for pound for a long time. He's trying to become a champion in a third weight class. Why isn't he going to do it?
First of all, I would say he is not just on paper, but my toughest challenger to this point of my career. But you said, why did I take this fight?
No, I'm saying, why won't he be able to beat you, in your opinion?
Why won't he be able to beat me? Because of who I am and what made me, my whole character, my charisma, my energy about myself. It's just, I was made for this. This is what I'm bred to do. Ain't nothing forced. You do this interview again, I'm saying the exact same thing again, just in a whole different way. So this just what I do. This is my life. This is not no movie. This ain't no TV show or anything like that, man. I'm beating on the storm. I'm not bodies off. This is just who I am.
Yeah, and we all saw how quickly you accepted this fight when it was presented to you. You're going over to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. You just fought in Tokyo. You're coming like the World Warrior now, huh?
Hey, I'm living who I am. I'm just trying to show y'all what a real world champion is. Took over Japan, taking over America. Now let's take over Saudi America.
What do you think is going to be the toughest part about fighting Devin Haney?
The saddest part about boxing, y'all, that people be so much fans of one fighter that they can't appreciate talent on the opposite end of the fighter that they rooting for. It's the weirdest thing. Boxing support is the weirdest in the world, bro. It's the weirdest. There's no way I could look at Devin Haney and all the work he put in and not be able to appreciate that talent. There's no way I could look at Brian Norman and the work he put in and how they both had similar starts, how he been counted out and where he at now and not appreciate that talent. People are weird, dude. Can't wait to see these dudes fight. I don't think he could beat him. Julio, what did he do? He said, did he say Saudi America? Oh, shit. Did he, Reef? Did he? Did he?
We know he has a great jab. He has great feet. He can move in there. What do you think is going to be the toughest challenge you're going to face on fight night?
Bill Haney. You know what I'm saying? Him and his mouthpiece. But we're going to take care of that. So I got the call. They said everything is a go. Come WrestleMania, it's going to be Devin Haney, Bill Haney, and his bodyguard. And you got me.
What's good, Brody? Hold on. Hold on, y'all. My bad. Let me get it back right.
I got the call. They said everything is a go. Come WrestleMania, it's going to be Devin Haney, Bill Haney, and his bodyguard. And you got me, my pops, and my bodyguard, Jolene was on.
I saw Jolene was swinging in there.
Exactly.
Did she connect on one of those?
Damn. I mean, I ain't seen nothing.
So look, obviously Devin has his father Bill. You have Brian Norman Sr. and your dad was a pro fighter. How much does that help you as a fighter, having your dad who had the same experiences?
That's actually the biggest blessing of it all. Even before I even thought about coming to the gym, I was watching him in the gym, got my own superhero right here in front of me. So it's just like, that's the model I was on. And then, of course, he retired. I joined in, and he gave me all the fighters to watch. He's talking Miguel Cotto, Marvin Hagler, the list goes on, Roy Jones, Mike Tyson. And I just took all that, and I just I digested it all, and I'm still digesting still to the day. I'm just adding it to my game. Also, with the business side of boxing, he didn't really have anybody behind him. He was more so of a B side. You know how the game go. So he could tell me all the bad things to look out for. He could tell me all the good things to look out for. So it's the biggest blessing of it all. That's with boxing and outside of boxing. Of course, he was a boxer, but also he's a human. He's a man. At the end of the day, he's my pop. That's my pop. We just alike, walk alike, talk alike, even dress alike. I know I dress a little old. Leave me alone, brother. But he just teach me the game of life. It's simplified it all. So like, that's why I come in so calm and cool.
He said, I know I dress a little old. Leave me alone, brother. Ignoring his own. He ate lunch, grabbed the lunch pail, go to work, G. care about no damn clothes. Bro said, I know I'm just a little old. Leave me alone, brother.
Devin has his father, Bill. You have Brian Norman Sr. and your dad was a pro fighter. How much does that help you as a fighter?
Crazy,
Having
good
your dad
homie.
who had the same experiences.
That's actually the biggest blessing of it all. Even before I even thought about coming to the gym, I was watching him at the gym, got my own superhero right here in front of me. So it's just like, that's the motto I was on. And then, of course, he retired. I joined in, and he gave me all the fighters to watch. He started with Miguel Cotto, Marvin Hagler, the list goes on, Roy Jones, Mike Tyson. And I just took on that, and I digested it all, and I'm still digesting to the day. I'm just adding it to my game. Also, with the business side of boxing, he didn't really have anybody behind him. He was more so of a B-side. You know how the game go. So he could tell me all the bad things to look out for. He could tell me all the good things to look out for. So it's the biggest blessing of it all. That's with boxing and outside of boxing. Of course, he was a boxer, but also he's a human. He's a man. At the end of the day, he's my pop. That's my pop. We just alike, walk alike, talk alike, even dress alike. I know I dress a little old. Leave me alone, brother. But he just teaching me the game of life and simplified it all. So like, that's why I come in so calm and cool the way that I am.
Hey, it's refreshing, you know. A lot of people try to act the same, try to be brash, and I think it's refreshing to have someone that's more understated.
You can tell everything Brian Norman says what he means.
You know,
shout out to William Moore, man. He said, just did Brian Norman have any defensive flaws, and is he accurate on the move? Like he's accurate setting his feet. Definitely every fighter I think has flaws. Definitely defensively, like you seen him take punches, you seen him climb above the deck against Boca Chica. So yeah, I think he has flaws. I think naturally, he's more accurate with the feet being set, but he's underrated with being able to be accurate while moving. I don't think he's had to do that in these fights. And I think we're gonna see Will together just how good he is at it. Now, I can tell you what I think. I think he's pretty good at doing both. Obviously, you know, having your feet set is ideal for a puncher, but I think he's athletic enough to be able to be accurate on the move. The question is, how accurate can he be on the move? And can he do it consistently if need be, if Devin Haney's presenting a moving target? You get me? So, yeah, definitely flaws for sure. But flaws, I think that won't be to his detriment. You get what I'm saying? Let's keep going. Shout out to Will, man. Appreciate y'all, man. So hit the like button. Make sure we hit 100 likes, man. If y'all didn't hit the like button, yeah, getting gradually better. Like his growth is realistic to me. Brian Norman's is like his you know what I mean. His progression is realistic from fight to fight.
If it wasn't too much, they try to take his whole recipe and just keep doing the same thing. Now let Floyd have his thing. That worked for him. That was his bread and butter. That was his blueprint.
Big shout out to Cal Cooler too, man. For the 20 piece. Much love to my dog, man. Much love. Shout out to my homie Cal.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Let's finish.
Let him have his thing. Be yourself at the end of the day. In front of this camera, outside of the camera. We talk outside the camera. You talking to the same person right now. I'm pretty sure you can contest to that first. Just be yourself in front of these cameras, outside these cameras, and you're going to have everything you want, the fan base, all these big fights. Look at me. I'm fighting Devin Haney on the turkey card, Riyadh season. So you don't have to fake who you are to get all these big fights.
Y'all listening, fighters?
In the ring. You just stay disciplined, stay consistent, stay on your pivot. That's all it is.
He's a pro.
He's a young OG. That's why I tell y'all, you bugging if you don't support Brian Norman Jr. You a mark, bro, and I don't rock with you. That's weird. We support boxing. He's a young talent. He doing it the right way. Dev is doing everything he's supposed to be doing. Support the fighters, man. Support the fighters, man. He giving you every reason to support him. Do it, man. And he got good footwork. Yeah, Haney got some fast feet. Yeah, I think Norman could cut the ring off. Matter of fact, I spoke to somebody that told me for sure that they could cut the ring off. Much love, bro. Always support. Appreciate you, too. Want to make sure I ain't forget my homie Cal, man. Much love, man. Shout out to the fan. But let's play the rest of this, and we're going to be out of here, y'all.
Thanks. I was born to breakfast.
I love it. Now, you're from the South, Southern gentleman, I think. Are we going to see a big fight return to State Farm Arena in Atlanta? I know Atlanta's really thirsty for it. It's a big fight town, but it really hasn't had a lot of big fights there in the last, 10, 20 years?
Sure, I agree, man. Time to change that, you know. And God's will, I take care of business come November, and then hopefully get a State Farm fight after that.
And that's what we want to see, man. Shout out to Brian Norman. Hopefully he do get a homecoming fight. He deserves it. I meant to ask Deja about that yesterday, because she deserves it. I would love to see her fight in Jersey, man. That shit would be so dope, man. She get a damn defense at home, title defense at home, homecoming fight. Stop Speedy and sparring before. Hey Tay. Hey Tay. Oh shit, I'm out tripping. I ain't gonna say nothing, Tay. I ain't gonna say you right, but I ain't gonna say you wrong either, Tay. But I'm gonna say I know exactly what you're talking about. And if I went a step further, the only reason I ain't, because certain conversations I had offline, I told my guy I ain't gonna bring him to here. I ain't gonna put his name on none of that. But you'll be surprised at some of the work he put in, Tay. But then again, you being a fight fan, you wouldn't be. Like, he put in some work. Norman fought those kind of guys that they think he can't fight. He sparred those kind of guys that people think he can't spar. Just know that. He put real work in. That don't mean he's just going to automatically win the fight because of that. But I think he's a little bit more polished than what people might realize. You know, shout out to Boxing Hacker, man. He said, shout out to Brian Norman, champ going to lose. Black Jesus, damn. But shouts out to him. Shake on the Black Jesus. Look, it's going to be a great fight. Great fight, contrasting styles, but similar come-ups. Very young and accomplished. They got a lot of similarities, bro. Both Devin and Brian Norman Jr. is young, accomplished, counted out, proving people wrong. Got the mouthpieces. They fathers are the mouthpieces. You get me? They got a lot of things that you could like, man. You can build on that fight. It's the battle of the mouthpiece. Who is going to be Norman Sr. or Bill Haney? You know? You get me? It's going to be fun all the way to build up, the back and forth. This shit is going to be fun. I just hope everybody get behind the fight. Support the winner or the loser. Whoever win, whoever lose, support them both. They giving us a fight that we want to see. Devin Haney is taking the kind of fights that we deemed dangerous, that we didn't think he would take. And he continues to show people that he got what it takes. He got the heart. He got the grit. And he still want to be great. Despite whatever he went through, he still challenged himself. He's still taking fights that are deemed dangerous. You can't knock a man for that. So, great fight for both of them. Can't wait to see it, man. Shout out to boxing, man. You hear me? They're going to make more in this fight. It's smart for him. Oh, he said Dave going to move more in this fight. Yeah, shit. If he move any more than he did the last fight, bro, shit going to be tough. Shout out to Shelton, man. Layla said thanks, but no thanks. Yeah, she know. She shouting some things just ain't worth it. Some things just ain't worth it. Shout out to the group for applying that pressure and getting that brethren, but they ain't want that. I don't think it's a good move for her, Shelton. And I think her people know. But lastly, man, we seen the FaceTime between Charlo and we're gonna cover that some more. The FaceTime between Charlo and Thurman. I think that's a fight that could happen down the line. It should happen, to be honest with you. Keith Thurman and Jermall Charlo make a great fight, entertaining fight. They both they got to get the gab. They know how to talk that they know how to back it up. I can't wait to see Charlo back in the sport. I hope he can come back at as close to 100% as possible. I really want to see what he able to do, if he's able to make any run at 54 in them titles again. I want to see that. I know y'all seen it, Teofimo out there getting slapped, you know what I mean? Getting slapped or getting glasses slapped off him by Subriel Matias and shit. You know, that can't be good. He out in the crowd, you know what I mean? And that's just a prime example of what's going to happen to him if he don't tighten up. He disrespecting not only the fighters, but the countries of the fighters, the fan bases of the fighters. And I just don't think a lot of people is feeling him in the way he's going about promoting himself. Every time he get addressed with some real energy, he looked like he tucked his tail a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I seen again with Matias. You've seen it with Crawford. And I think we're going to continue to see it if he don't tighten up. Dad don't fight, he run. Nah, Dad fight. Dad fight. You don't get tired of typing shit that's not true, yo. Like what kind of boxing fan are you that you just keep typing bullshit every day? I'll be trying to let you make it. That's why you see, I don't block you permanent. I don't even be trying to block people, but you seen one fight where he moved excessively and you're making him a runner as opposed to all the other fights where he took chances and fought. You can't make this shit up. Y'all boxing fans are weird, dude. Y'all really don't like the sport. Y'all just like having an opinion on a fighter that people rock with. You know what I'm saying? That shit is weird to me. And man, look, that's all he do is shit on boxing. Now Hitch is a chump. He an undefeated champion, but he a chump. Wow, let me guess, Hitch is a chump because he ain't do what you said he should do, right? He ain't do what you said he should do. Man, y'all gotta stop, man. Stop. Hitch is an undefeated world champion, and he pretty much beat you up and everybody else in your family. Like, think about that. Calling a man a chump that'll beat you up, your dad, his granddad, your uncles, your little brothers, your big brothers. Like, think about that. He'll beat all their asses, all of them. Probably on most of them on the same night, too. You gotta at some point, as a boxing fan, you gotta have something to offer to a conversation besides rhetoric and like negativity and a overly negative opinion on things. Shitting on Hitchens is weird. Hitchens is one of the best pure boxers in the sport. That's a fact. You don't gotta like it, but that is a fact. You brawl with a big puncher. That'd be stupid, Julio. That'd be stupid. But look, man, shout out to everybody, man. Another dope build in the books. I appreciate everybody. Boxing was beautiful this weekend. We just gonna keep building one brick at a time. Man, Shakur, go stand on business. Go get that Lamont Roach fight. Tank, tighten up, get your situation together. We want to see you back in the ring sooner than later. I'm rooting for him inside and outside the ring, as I always do. Team Haney, Team Norman, good job at getting on the same page, getting this fight over the hump. And November 22nd, we gonna all tune in for, I think, what will be a great treat for the welterweight division. I really do. Jermall Charlo and Keith Thurman is a fight that I think boxing low-key need on the low. TEO getting slapped is funny. Yeah, he's a super troll. I don't be caring about him. So that's why I'll just be letting him live. But whatever. But with that, man, shout out to everybody, man. Boxing is in a great space. We're going to be right back tomorrow. I don't know if I make it back tonight. I'll try. But if I don't, we might do the early build tomorrow in the morning and then come back later how we always do. So look, if you didn't hit the like button, make sure you do. If you're not subscribed, make sure you are. Your notifications ain't on, make sure they are. Support the build, support the grind, support the channel, and we're gonna keep rocking. Came an issue again. Zoom verse was good with it, bro. Shakur just won his fight, and he think he's gonna take the rest of the year off, rest his hands, and he'll be back to it. You know what I mean? He tweaked his hands in training camp, but not to the point where it would have stopped him from fighting. So I don't think he ain't got no broken hands or nothing like that. He good. I think he's gonna rest his hands, obviously, to avoid any issues or injuries and stuff like that. But he good to go. Belt the ass and Peter felt it. You already know my dog, LaMarcus, peace, homie. You already know, so I got to have a late. It's all good, bro. It's all good, man. It's all love, man. We're going to keep building. I appreciate all y'all, man. Shout out to 2 Cents, my dog, T Hill. Core is about the ass. Hopefully, after he making his runs, man, he'll stop back over and holler at your boy and we could build. And we just going to keep getting, people, listen. Think about this. C Wood, you heard about grip strength, C Wood. You heard about grip strength. I'm pretty sure you never heard about grip strength until this year. Right? You heard about grip strength when it came to Shakur. He tweaked his hands twice in sparring in the training camp leading up to this fight and still falls at Peter. Fought through it, bit down. He ain't got no real injuries or nothing like that. I think people just be reaching. Just like they was reaching about if his hands going to hold up. And you see how his hands held up fine and they still trying to force it. So, to my knowledge and, right from the source, ain't nothing significant going on with his hands that we should know about. You know what I mean? Just rest as usual and managing what's look like it's going to be hand issues for his career. You know what I'm saying? Just manage it, be smart, rest him, strengthen him. You know what I mean? Get your massages, all that stuff. Yeah, that's his name. Boys be lying for sure, Cal. But again, appreciate y'all. Enjoy this good Tuesday, man. We're going to be back tomorrow. We're going to build and we're going to keep growing, y'all. Appreciate all the support. And I'll see all y'all tomorrow. Peace to the fam. We out.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see him jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word him up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
What, bro? If you drink 2 5-hour energies, how much energy do you have?
13, nigga, what?
13?
How
do you get 2 and 5 and 13, bro? 2 plus 5 is 7.
Bro, what
you
the
get
fuck?
7. You get 7 energies.
Bro, listen to the question, bro. He asked about 2 5-hour energies. You gotta think about that. That's what he's trying to trick you at, bro. 2 5-hour energies, they weigh 10 ounces apiece. That means you have 13 hours of energy throughout the day, you stupid ass dummy. Go to gym class.
That's how people be sounding in the chat, y'all.
How can you drink energy anyway, bro? Energy is in the air coming from photosynthesis and precipitation.
Bro,
what are you talking about? Gym class and stuff, bro?
Nigga, energy is on the fucking earth, nigga. I should knock you the fuck out. Nigga, go to fucking class next time, nigga. Fucking stupid, boy.
Nigga wildin', bro. It's all precipitation.
We have a saying in Ukraine that when you knock a motherfucker unconscious in front of his home country, that his entire nation becomes your slaves. Well, in the 5th round, when I landed that left hook on Daniel's ugly fucking watermelon-shaped coconut overhead and forced him to take a nap in front of a packed Wembley Stadium, he became my personal fucking property. They used to call him Duba. But from now on, Daniel goes by Dubic. I own the entire nation of England, and even fucking King Charles will kneel before me. Oleksandr Usyk is the one true lord of boxing, the undisputed heavyweight champ. And any motherfucker who dare challenge me will end up in a goddamn body bag, just like Daniel.